Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Robertson in support. The keyboard in front. Score! John Tavares. 5-0-1. Cade with a drive. Reverse. Scoop and a score. Hits the glass. What a shot.
There goes JB again against the rook. Finds the cut. Oh, for another rim rock. Watch your head.
Last year I wasn't here. I was down in Tallahassee and just watching that game against Colorado, and I just remember saying that was pretty crazy. And just being here with, the blackout, how everybody embraced it. I mean, shoot, you saw them down in the USC offense. They, it was 4th and 2. They was going for it. I mean, that wasn't the fans made them jump off sides. Mm-hmm. The crowd made them go 4th and 7 and take the 3 instead of trying to go for 6. So, I mean, it was an amazing experience. I felt like my ear was popping. I took the headset off. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it was rocking. It was amazing. I mean, this place is phenomenal. It's one of the things that you try to tell people you're going to road recruiting. You try to show people and show them videos, but everyone walks out here with the same expression, same feeling, same thoughts. They're saying this is a crazy place and something you got to visit and see.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What is up, DB?
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You're getting to it. I wasn't just going to go all in first 5 seconds and say, why are the channels on?
I'm working on it. I got you.
I clearly can see you working.
I got you.
I'm going to go ahead and let you off the proverbial hook.
I appreciate that.
Oh, man, anytime.
Sometimes you let me wriggle on there like a little fish.
Wake up bar stool?
Pass.
Passing on wake up bar stool?
Yeah, no thank you.
Oh, you want to see the Lakers get the dub? Off to an amazingly good start?
Yeah, on a team that you really like. You like all the guys on that team.
Well, I like them a lot better without having to watch La Fringe.
Wait, why is he La Fringe now?
Oh, because they're a fringe playoff team.
LeBron James.
I mostly just like watching Wemby, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's a really good player.
There's just every night you're just like, I've never seen that before. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
So you're not going with Unicorn, though, are you?
I mean, I
maybe?
do think he has an entirely unique skill set to anything we've ever
to
seen.
What? To be 7'12"?
Yeah, and I don't know, act like a guard.
How long do you think Marcus Smart can keep this up?
Oh, I would say we are well past midnight on that glass slipper.
Oh, but he's clearly he's their pulse.
He is. Maybe it's the right fit. Like he's very much one of those guys, and obviously Memphis wasn't it, but he's very much one of those guys where if you are asking just the perfect amount from him, he can be really good.
Yeah,
if you ask any bit
bringing
more,
the ball up, he gives them some energy.
If you ask any bit more than that, you are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. This did not help the NBA in their image last night because as the Lakers won by 2 and the Spurs missed the free throws at the end and the very ticky-tack call on the inbounds, would you like to guess what the line was?
Ooh. What was it?
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah. Yep.
And some people had Spurs -1.
Yep. Well, I'm sure that's just.
That's just Vegas. They're right on it. We don't.
They're pretty good at what they do.
We don't speculate around here.
I would never.
Well, sometimes.
Well, what do I speculate about?
I don't know. Life.
Oh, we got PBS on for a second on
Pursuit
accident.
of Happiness.
There we go.
Oh, was that Lila in the Loop?
It was. That's one I'm not familiar with.
Because she's a minority?
Because I don't watch children's television.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, maybe that.
I remember.
Wow.
I remember.
Oh, shoot. Maybe that. Oh, okay.
Well, you hit me with the minority right out the gate. Come on, man.
Well, I thought you just saw minority and Afro Puffs and were like, yeah, I'm out.
No, I saw cartoon children's education.
Well, how'd you know it was Lila in the Loop?
Because it said on top of the screen.
Oh, you're reading through all that?
Well, I just looked.
Oh, all right.
It's okay, Mommy. I won't forget. I remember.
What was that?
Wait a second. Is that the gallon of milk chick?
Now don't forget a loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter. If you can't remember, I'll write it down for you.
A stick. Where did? Nice pull.
What is that?
Well, you have to be like at least 50 to remember that.
I remembered.
Was that Sesame Street or Electric Company?
I have it down to Sesame Street.
So this little girl was sent to the store
Mm-hmm.
by her mom to get clearly some butter, some milk, and some bread. And she skipped the whole way there. Shane, is it because she's black and had an afro that made you think of her?
A loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter.
Yeah, how come he doesn't get the stereotype comment? What's that all about?
I think it's just interesting how he immediately went there, because if you saw a picture, you'd say, Shane, that is a quick, good pull. Go loaf of bread, container of milk, stick of butter.
You want me to Google that?
Yeah.
Now don't forget a loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter. If you can't remember, I'll write it down for you.
That's okay, Mommy.
And click images.
I remember.
Oh, she was so cute.
Oh, yeah. I'm
pretty good, huh? All right then, Shane. Shout out you. You can come to the cookout.
I would say
That's
maybe
what I
like
always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
No, she could not come to the cookout.
You don't think so? Not inviting her?
Oh no, she would get no to me. No. She'd get ran up out of there. I'm just saying.
I think that's
Shane, that's a really good pull. Wow. That is impressive.
I don't know if I could be amazing today.
That was your one for the day, Shane? That was it? Shot your shot early?
Working my life away.
Smoking a cigarette. Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, that's the sequence.
He's got the vape. He's just, I had a good show. It's 7:07. I had a good show.
Wow. Hashtag backpack. I wore these for you.
Which
do you like them?
Oh, they are nice. Those are dunks.
Yeah, those are Coach Mac's specials.
Oh,
He sent those to me.
nice. Those are great.
Yeah,
very cool.
Wrong month. I need these in February.
Well,
they match the vest.
I'll say they do. It's a nice ensemble you got going on today.
I'm just trying to throw Zoe off with different colors in the morning
because of the blue.
Yeah, I'm just messing with her world.
What are you wearing blue for?
Not even your good clothes. I told her today she looked like a lion that had just woke up. Like it was
the hair's all over the place.
And she's like waiting to do her own hair in the bathroom. I said, I like your hair today. I said, you should wear it to school like that. And she looked at me and she's like, nope. I had to bring her lunch yesterday because for some reason she left it in her mom's car. And so I'm totally, it's a crapshoot, right? So I got 3 different things, 3 variations of Lunchables and some chips. She has is it a Wawa? What's the thing that holds whatever the container is? She has that and goes with her anyway. It's like a tumbler.
Mm-hmm.
So they meet me at the door over at Prairie Lane, and they're like, "Oh, do you want me to give this to her?" And I was like, "I feel like I kind of have to see her." And the lady, she's way cool. She's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Do you know my daughter? She has choices. She's going to want to pick." And I know she's looking at me like, this little girl forgot her lunch. We're in a pinch, and she still has choices. No wonder she acts like a diva. That was all the things that went through my mind. So, of course, she picked the one that had, like, you know, the sharp white cheddar cheese and the hard crackers.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't take the $1.99 Lunchable.
Well, no, why would she?
I mean, why?
Yeah,
why wouldn't you go with? But I knew she had pepperoni on the brain because that's what she packed for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
That she forgot.
I mean, listen, maybe she's got immaculate taste.
What am I gonna do with? You want some lunch? You would eat them. You got terrible little kid taste.
No, that's not true.
Do you want some?
You just give it to Sauter. Sauter would eat it.
Pepperoni Lunchables?
No, I'm good. I'm good
You
on
sure?
Lunchables. Yeah, I've upgraded to adult Lunchables, the charcuterie board.
Oh, those are fire.
Dude, I love it.
You should see the one they have for the players, the alumni at the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks sensational.
Pretty good.
I haven't eaten it yet because it's right outside of the Husker Radio Network studio,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to eat in front of my coworkers because Well, it's not for them. So what do I look like just bringing it in and saying, oh, here, Ben, Josh, Camden, Cass, I'm going to eat.
Yep.
You guys don't.
100%.
Nah.
Special privileges.
I'm not that. I mean, I'm not. It's not life or death anyway. They do have some good stuff. By the way, who do I have to talk to? Probably Gorman?
About what?
Sash? Maybe Burma. So can I have a buffet of one and just like do what they did for breakfast and just come in and eat?
I don't know. Maybe. You just want all the sausage and bacon?
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah, it was really good.
Do you think they would just give me like 3 trays and let me just sit right there?
I mean,
I wouldn't bother anybody.
Maybe they'll let you like take it home.
Why is that funny?
You want to take it home or you just want to eat it here?
If I'm by myself, I'll eat it here.
I bet they could
don't
like
sit and eat by myself.
I
mean, I don't want to sit here and eat with people.
I bet they could like make up trays for you, like to take home.
Yeah, I might have to, but it's not. They're not a breakfast place, so it would take like some extra.
Well,
do we have to get into like inventory?
Here's the little secret. So Gretna.
If you say something smart.
No, I'm trying to help.
Okay.
Actually,
Hey, that's the secret.
Gretna has brunch on Saturdays, so that's where all the stuff came from. That's on the brunch menu in Gretna.
How would I might have to drive there.
So
my Saturdays are not open yet, though.
Right, but my point is they have the inventory, so they could probably work something out with you. Is what I mean.
Note to self.
See, that was actually helpful, wasn't it?
Oh, don't act. No, listen.
I'm just making sure.
All for early for a victory lap. You got a lot of time to fail. We got another 3 hours.
Listen, that's one game right there, right? That was one win. This is a series. These shows, you know.
Yeah.
That was game one. That's a W in game one. I got that one.
So Will Height was I put something out on Twitter about Pisons. He's like, when are we going to eat pizza, bro? And I was like, if it's during the bye week, you'll be babysitting. And it ain't Zoe. So whatever you want to do, big timer, you want to, it's on you. I'm going to do me. Just saying.
That's what I tell you every morning.
So maybe Saturday morning, depending on how these next 2 weeks go at the playoffs, if it's wide open,
yeah.
Oh man, you may have to put out an APB. Better do a wellness check.
APDB.
Full-fledged meltdown.
I'm pretty good at making sure I get a text back at least once a day.
Yeah,
that's kind of my policy.
Hey man, you okay? Huh? What?
As long as I get some kind of response, I'm like, yeah, he's fine. What do we thumbs up?
That's it.
You going on a ride?
I'll give you. I'm okay. My poor mom is already terrified. She's like, just make it through October.
Hey, we're in November now.
I know.
I'm okay.
Good to go. Over the hump.
Smooth sailing.
Well, that's a downhill. We don't want to go downhill. That's a.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's this smooth sailing.
Did you listen to? Speaking of which, did you listen to TJ and Jess?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
I like TJ.
Me too. So does
like he's very.
I'm not just like when I say he's well liked by his teammates. He's well liked by his teammates.
He seems very easy to get along with.
Yeah,
and I probably wouldn't.
He's kind of sneaky tall too.
He is. Like I don't because they only list him.
He's thin though.
They only list him at like 6'1". He seems maybe a little taller than that.
Yeah, he comes out of the tunnel for pregame like without pads yet, so early.
Yeah,
like right before a couple of the DBs when Caleb comes out. So I always get a chance to talk to him.
He's pretty lean.
He's deceptively tall.
Quick though.
Yeah, for his build.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't look at him and just be like, oh, super fast, nice, quick twitch guy. Like he's pretty quick. He's got some athleticism to him. No, I think he doesn't come off as a freshman. I don't think. I think he carries a maturity to him, and yeah, he just seems super likable. Like he seems pretty low key, low maintenance, just part of the team guy.
Yeah, I like the fact. So I'll be curious. Wow, that's a nice haircut. Whoever that is on television.
Guy on the right.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd like.
I haven't been rocking with Sports Center, even though I do have a temporary Hulu bundle.
It's just I'll be honest. It's just annoying to have to switch back and forth between apps. You know what I mean?
God, you sound like a wiener.
I'm just saying, like, that's
Ammo.
the whole point of having the channels all together. I don't want to go to 8 different apps for every game I have to watch.
Are you surprised that there are so few of? Did you think there were more YouTube subscribers?
How many are there? I haven't heard a number.
I just read an article, and I didn't know if that was nationwide or people that have immediately switched without the ABC, Disney, ESPN deal.
For the
It was an amazingly low number.
Maybe,
I thought.
Maybe that's the switch.
I thought everybody had it.
Well, so I do think it's the largest. I think it has become the largest TV provider.
So who else does Fubo? Is it Fubo? Fubo's the gear. Is it Fubo?
Fubo, I think, still has.
Do they do
TV.
live TV?
Yeah, Hulu has. Live
I know
TV
Hulu
still. Does. Sling, I think, has live TV still. Sling TV.
Sling is it a stream? It's a
streaming service.
Okay.
I think those are the main streaming services now. Is Sling, Fubo, YouTube, and Hulu.
Okay.
There was a bunch for a while, and they all kind of fell by the wayside and sort of consolidated. I think Fubo's still a thing. I'm not 100% sure.
Shane, does you're a Tubi guy, right?
Yeah, I like Tubi.
Does Tubi have live TV?
I'm not sure.
No, Tubi's like free Netflix, basically. I think.
That's why they have all those bad. I've watched a couple of
bad shows. And then it's got like ads on it.
I watched the bad Rambo, the Russian Rambo on Tubi.
Oh yeah, Ricochet, was that what it's called, or was that a different one?
That's Denzel.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like Ricochet.
It was some weird like one word name for the movie. I can't remember what it was.
What was the greeting from Headley this morning?
Headley's greeting.
What is alliteration, right? D something?
Yeah, it was Delightful DB.
Oh jeez.
Stunning Shane. Let me see here.
Wait, what?
Sensational Shane. And,
that's okay.
And Ravishing Ravi. And hello to the curious Caucasian Austin if he's in the room.
Hey, as I'm looking at UFC.
Yeah.
Can I back this up for a second?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can do whatever you want.
A sports show. So do you remember how I told B. Edwards that I'm like, hey, my buddy works for a gaming place here.
Mm-hmm.
There is an inordinate amount of money on a rando.
Mm-hmm.
He had gone from like plus 185 to plus 175.
Mm-hmm.
There was like $30K in tickets written across the river. So he's like, DB, does this seem weird to you?
That seems unusual, just randomly.
So I was like, yeah, that's kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I told B, right? And he's like, what's his last name? Oh, you know, oh, I see it.
Oh, yeah.
So he cashed submission.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent it to him Sunday morning. I was like, hey, man, this is what I was talking about. And, you know, B. Edwards is super funny. He's like, you know, blankety blank, I missed it. You know, blase.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours later, fight under investigation, giving monies back. Yeah. Suspicious betting patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guess who's sniffing around the UFC now? Old Fetty Feds.
I mean, there's a handful of.
I mean, is that not wild?
I mean, it makes sense.
Just a little random text between. We're clearly boys.
Yeah, just buddies.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
And we're just talking. Like we don't think it's gonna be like
a thing.
A thing.
Yeah. You're just like, hey,
this
weird.
is just way, way far away from the actual matchups in Council Bluffs.
And also like $30K in Council Bluffs, Omaha metro area is not, you know, what we're talking about with some of these other things, right? Like hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on these random, player unders and stuff like that. I will say there are a handful of sports where if you're going to try and influence outcomes are way easier.
That's one of them, yeah.
UFC, boxing, obviously. Tennis is so easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have problems
Any of
with
the
it.
individual sports.
Really,
right? Yeah, tennis has had some problems.
So here's where it gets worse with tennis, though, is you've got – it's not just betting on sets or matches anymore. You can bet on like a single double fault. You can basically place a bet on every point. So a guy could –
Who's live? That's too fast, though.
But you do it ahead of time, right? So they close it.
Do you know how fast it? So were you just sitting at?
You would have to be, yeah. You would have to just be like parked at an establishment or at your computer or whatever. But you can literally bet on basically every single point.
They got to change that.
Absolutely, they have to, because you don't even have to throw a match. You can just double fault one time and you're done. You win.
Yeah.
Right. So like that tennis is a huge problem, but UFC is super easy if you're just like, oh, I got take a dive. I mean, it's been a problem in boxing forever.
My guy, he said 16 mil. So he's on the articles. Like it's and that's right. So
that was in Vegas, yeah.
He's a pugilist guy.
Yeah.
He's a pugilist guy. So like when because Dana was the one that alerted.
Mm-hmm.
You got to read the article, man. It's fascinating.
Yeah, about the unusual betting patterns.
And I didn't even put 2 and 2 together at first.
I didn't either. I saw the headline. I saw that they were investigating, and I was like, it's not surprising. Those things happen. I didn't even put together with the story you told B. Edwards last week.
Because it's random. No, he does that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, hey, we've got such and such and such and such, or, that's kind of how I know what's going on with, like, Crawford fights and stuff. Like, is it a local flair?
Moving, yeah.
Yeah. And that one just seems super random.
Yeah, like if a ton of money comes in on Crawford here in Omaha or Council Bluffs, like, well, that makes sense. Like, that's not unusual, right?
Yeah.
But for some rando in the UFC, that's I don't know.
I did not know. Hey, speaking of which, the more you know.
Yeah.
Did you read Warren? So
he says DirecTV has a streaming service.
How'd you know what I was going to say? Get out of my head.
Because you said Warren, and that was the first.
I could have been talking about our statistician, Warren.
I mean, probably not. I was taking my chances.
He drops chicken nuggets, too.
No, I
did not know that.
So I switched to DirecTV like 4 years ago, briefly, because I was having some problems.
I can't remember the year, but Josh is why I did it.
Yeah. Oh, switch to YouTube or switch to DirecTV?
So it wasn't even YouTube first.
Yeah.
That's when I came home that one day and she didn't even like tell me face to face. She just like sent a message and she goes, hey, something, the PlayStation app.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, huh?
PlayStation used to have one too.
So it was
the
like
streaming
View
service.
or
yeah,
something?
PlayStation View was a
but
streaming service.
I was so late
mm-hmm.
in transitioning. View was only good for like 2 more months. Then they shut that down.
Yeah.
So then I hopped to the next thing, and I can't remember. Severe somebody told me what to do next, but like basically I was super late to the game.
Yeah.
Because I was still getting cracked for like 360 from DirecTV.
Yeah. So they did. I don't know if this is like a strictly streaming service. When I switched, I still had it was.
Do you need the if you're streaming, you can't need the satellite.
Yeah, so I didn't need the satellite, but I still needed boxes. Like almost, they were basically DirecTV versions of like Roku's.
Yeah.
And I had to have those still. So I don't know if this is different where I can just have an app if I've got like an internet TV. So I don't know about that. But
you know who would know?
Who?
He's DirecTV guru is RP. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like
he's got good TV setup too.
He's the man.
Yeah.
That setup they had that I watched the Dodgers freezing my testicles off because it was only like 5 people.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, extra innings? I'm already miserable after this sorry ass game. And he had like these little blow heaters. Now his boy Luke. I was like, Luke, you got any meat left?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's like 11 o'clock. I think Luke was spooked.
Been done eating for a little minute.
My man rolled out this thing. He's like, no, but I got some hot dogs. And he like strung it like an accordion. I was like, that's weird. No, I'm good on the hot dogs.
He like drop it like he's selling.
He's like, no, but I got some hot dogs.
Like he's selling your fake Rolexes. Like, check out these dogs.
I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to watch this game. So I literally, when the final out, I yelled. I'm pretty sure downtown Lincoln heard me. I was like, let's. And I was surrounded by Dodger haters.
Really?
Oh, well, led by your boy.
Who?
Ryan.
Oh.
And all he kept saying was, all right. And he didn't really want to hurt my feelings, but, he's a truth teller. So he's like, I really hate the Dodgers. He kept saying it like super slow like that. And I was like, I know. You're a Diamondbacks fan. Relax. Are you Googling the DirecTV thing?
Well, I was Googling the alternative streaming services in general. I might be switching to Fubo here in a minute.
Why? What do we got?
So ESPN Unlimited is included.
Okay.
Your base package
Can you get local television?
So
I'm a big Channel 7 guy.
Yeah,
man.
so
Can
you
I
get
still get Channel
Fox,
7?
CBS, NBC, and ABC. So that should be, and local RSN. So that's the regional sports.
What about
networks.
Peacock?
Well, Peacock is a whole different thing. That's a streaming service.
Well,
you get NBC, but you don't get Peacock.
So I don't understand why Peacock and NBC can't just get back in the rack together and just like it used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Why they have to go do their own thing?
Yeah, I
Like-
don't know.
Remember when you used to have the games used to come on stream for the bowl game and the big Peacock would light up and it would be like the Orange Bowl or something?
Oh yeah.
Think of it like ESPN Plus.
I don't have to think of it like anything.
I'm trying to help.
Okay.
Like you can have ESPN, but if you don't,
pretty good patience on your part.
I'm a saint.
That's a lie.
It's like if you got if you had ABC, that doesn't mean you get ESPN Plus. Right? It's like saying like you have NBC, you don't get Peacock because you have NBC.
Yeah, so BMAC changed I just, of course, as I'm known to do, I just slid in my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's after he talked me out the leads because I was having a meltdown during the show. Weird, I know. He's like, we'll get it under control. I'll get it figured out. So he changed my plan midstream, and it only cost me like $4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm canceling them. I told Alexa yesterday.
Oh, it's a game changer now.
I said, hey, Alexa, November 15th, set a reminder to cancel all subscriptions. Reminder set. 4:30 a.m. or 4:30 p.m.? PM, lady.
I might be making a switch here, man. We've got so.
Is this more? Are we blaming Warren?
Well, not to DirecTV. So Fubo, this is a game changer because the reason I was on YouTube TV for so long is because of the unlimited storage. Nobody else for a long time had unlimited storage. Apparently, Fubo has unlimited storage now. And here's the really good one. Nobody's paying me for this, by the way. You can get 10 devices at the same time instead of 3. YouTube TV is 3.
Oh, so okay.
So you could have
my kids don't have to text me. And so what about like when I'm flying? Are they going to ask me am I temporarily located?
I'm guessing they'll ask you if you're traveling still, but yeah.
Hmm.
This is interesting here. I got to make sure.
Did you read this? He told me about it. It was too complicated for me to listen.
Yeah.
Plus, I was like half a thing of Lalo in, so it was like, yeah.
It's not going to matter.
Okay, I'll get Nesson too. That's all the Red Sox games. That's a big deal for me. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so there it is.
Might have to look it up here.
I have to set myself up in a position of success because of basketball, and I think I'm gonna need Peacock.
Yeah, you definitely are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Creighton games on Peacock this year because NBC got part of the Big East contract, so you're gonna have to.
I have one right eyeball, the Google one or the sleepy one, not the lazy eye from getting knocked out down there.
Yeah.
On what's happening with Flow too, because they're screwing up Flow Wrestling. I might have to call somebody way smarter than me, which at this point could be anyone. But I have one eye on Flow Wrestling too, because I need to be able to watch. I need college wrestling too. And I can always go to my.
Do they have the college wrestling is Flow? They got you covered.
I can always go to my trusty Fire Stick too, but sometimes, man, finding channels is like.
It's like pulling teeth a little bit.
Yeah. Shout out VPN. No, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, you don't tell anybody. You don't need to say that out loud.
Hey, that's the secret.
Speaking of thinking out loud, so not wanting to say anything out loud.
Sorry, I'm making sure that Fubo has tennis TV before
I was going through this whole Like how we talk about clock management and timeouts and decision making and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so because I'm like, God, folks are really, really hung up on this. And I'll come back and I'll say, quarterback play and because we've talked about how quarterback play makes clock management a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because I still think I have yet to talk to him. I do want to know, like, did he have a fear factor because Latif was in the game of whether they were actually going to snap the ball or not?
Yeah.
Or the duress in which he was going to snap it, because everybody's hung up on like the fight. Like, we literally have counted down the time on the clock. Like, we truly want a pound of flesh, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, all right, he's got to get better. They have to. You don't want this to repeat itself again, especially on the road with a young quarterback, right? So, and getting hit, like managing the clock in game was something that he really wanted to work on, right? Not being so emotional. I asked him where he wanted to get better in the course of the season, and he talked about keeping his emotions in check. But do you remember when we talked about, and I think it was you, I was talking about the more competent your units are, the tougher in-game decisions are?
I don't know.
So remember I said, like, well, if your special teams is bad, there's really nothing to think
easy
about.
Decisions.
It's
right?
an easy decision.
Like last year,
or if your defense, like, there's nothing to think about.
Like last year, you don't have to decide if you're trying to kick a 52-yard field goal, right?
More, I said, this is a weird backwards philosophy, but the more proficient your special teams are, the more in-game scenarios you introduce. Right, so I'll throw myself under the bus here for a minute because this kept me up for quite a while. So I'm just going to use me because who cares, right? So remember when we went for it on 4th down against Millard South in Lincoln? And it was kind of a weird call, right?
Yes.
It was 4th and 2. I felt like we were kind of losing momentum. It seemed like a weird time to kind of go for it on 4th down. So it's like 2nd down. This is and because I'm listening to Coach Rule explain this. So I flip over to the offense, and I hadn't talked to him really all game, right? Because the deal was, I'm like, hey, I've got to really work close with Queen here. I'm not as good in some areas now with this game because I got to do this other stuff. So Coach was like, cool, whatever. So I was like, hey. I'm like, Craig, what be thinking about 4th down here. If it's manageable, I got to find a way to kill the momentum. I got to find a way to quell the momentum. I said, our guys are gassed. I got to buy them some time so we can get them on the sidelines. Cool. Got you, coach. So it's 3rd down. I was like, hey, Coach Queen, what do you think? Right. We're potentially giving them the ball back around the 30. I said, but we're leaking oil. Let me know. He's like, man, let's do it. And I was like, you want to go? So I clicked back over. I said to Coach Sikora, I was like, hey, you got something on 4th down? He's like, yep, we'll be good to go. So at that point, 2 things went through my mind. I'm gonna give it to you real time. Do I call a timeout and talk about it and give Millard South a chance
to prep
for it? Or do we just go with it because of what the consensus thought? Made the decision. We just rode with it. Whatever happened, right? Play, got signal, whatever, right? We didn't get it. It looks pretty ridiculous. So, but it was well thought out. It wasn't like a spontaneous deal. It can look bad to the naked eye. So, Coach Samanji was super sick. The first couple of weeks, it was like, hey, man, well done. Team played hard. But he didn't really have the stomach to go back and watch. So, like, 3 months later, he called and he goes, hey, why'd you go for it on 4th down? But this was like January.
Okay.
And so I walked him through it, and he goes, oh, okay. Nice job. Talk later. I said, hey, how you Oh, I'm good. I go, that's all you wanted to know? He goes, yeah, I just wasn't very coherent up until now, so I just thought I'd ask.
So
But it stuck with
He's
me.
been sitting on it.
No, I think he just had finally just.
Oh, finally rewatched it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
So, but it was cool, right?
Yeah.
So there's two things I think that practically have. So immediately I thought, when I'm listening to Coach Rule with Latif in the game, I was thinking about two things. 3 years ago in Lincoln with Coach Frank not being able to get on the offensive headsets when we got in Wildcat with Dom, he's kicking himself over that last minute, right? Because the communication wasn't good on the headsets. So he and I, we don't joke, but we kind of joke.
Is that Gretna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I mean, it was, I don't know what it was, first and goal or second and goal
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot happened. It, to the naked eye, doesn't look good. To the naked eye, that may not look. People are going to have opinions.
Yeah.
To the naked eye, or listening to Coach Rule. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, if that's Braylon Warren's first start, state final. If that's Anthony Rizak, do you know what I say?
Yeah.
I bring him over, third down. I say, hey, listen, you got Melvin Marcus, Peter Paul, like you do you, 4th and 2. You know, I trust you.
Yeah. 3-year starter.
It makes it
been in
it
every
makes
big
it
situation.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's totally
100%.
It's totally different.
Like if it's Dylan in there,
and he's going to figure. That's my point.
yeah. If it's Dylan in there, it's a different situation.
Hey, to check with me, but the more you're playing good defense, so now you've introduced that phenomenon.
You think your kicker can make a 50-yard field goal?
You've introduced that phenomenon.
You got a freshman backup quarterback playing his first game against a real opponent.
You don't know. So what transpired, and everybody's got an opinion on it. So I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, with 90-some% certainty, I'm going to guess Coach Rule, TJ Latif, Coach Thomas, Coach Holgerson, guess what they're working on?
Those scenarios.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like so that's what has to happen. If you know you've got to eat it.
Yeah.
What happened the last week. You don't want it to happen again on the road. So situationally you go through it, because you know what you don't want to do real game in game real time is be in his ear.
Yeah.
It's like,
you don't want to introduce confusion, right?
No.
Like that's one of the things that, and I think the first time I actually heard it, this must have been more than a decade ago at this point. Yeah, it was probably during the original Schick and Nick run, where Nick Baugh was talking about you should never ask a player to do something for the first time in a game.
Right. Yeah, that's one-on-one.
Right? Like,
one-on-one.
And this was, I think, either right when I would start coaching, or so this was like 2010, 2012-ish, somewhere in there. And this was right when I started coaching, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Like, it's so basic, right? But I don't know that we always think about that, especially if you haven't coached, and where they probably
do you know what I really want to know to that?
What's that?
I want to know if he thought he was going to run the play or snap the ball. You know, when he said he wanted him to repump the clock?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they had any intention. I don't know if he felt like
he was ever going to run the play there. Like, you don't think he ever was going to go for it?
I don't think he wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know if he felt comfortable that everybody was on the same page.
Sure.
That's what I want.
Whereas if it was Dylan, you probably feel fine.
Yeah.
That you're on the same
and he's
page.
not going to make that excuse. It's like, you know,
no.
Coach Franks never said, like, there's 5 people in the world that know what was going on.
Yeah.
Didn't look good, right? There's 6 people that know what was going on last year.
Yeah.
And you just have to own it and move on.
Well,
everybody's going to have an opinion, right?
And you wouldn't have a problem being in Dylan's ear either.
Yeah,
probably, right?
Yeah, so I'd like to, I mean, I'm just nosy, but like I wonder how that's going in crunch time, because I think it's going to matter.
Yeah.
You know, what is it? What's the line now? 1.5?
Let me check.
Anyway, you think it's going to be a close kind of game on the road. So situationally, you have to be going through that.
Which they probably are now.
But it is going to be for the first time.
Yes, but they probably are going through it where that's not typical backup QB prep during the course of a week, right?
Yeah.
Like that's probably not something he's
because
going
you know what nobody's going to you know what nobody remembers?
What's that?
How good. Well, KC, B. Mac and I were talking about it. I don't know if this came out on air over the broadcast. But did you see how they manipulated the clock and got SC to burn timeouts going into the half?
Yep. And then they had they almost had another shot right after that possession.
Like, that was fantastic clock management. Right? You've got the ball, you're going in. You don't want to have SC with timeouts in the bag. And I think even on second down, I said, man, I think you have to run this to force Riley to burn another timeout, get him down to one. That or throw something really safe.
Yeah.
That you
make them tackle inbounds.
Yeah, so I think they threw the little quick look in. Like those little things will go unnoticed.
Yeah.
It's the
really good man. I mean, really good before the half.
I thought quietly I'm like, okay.
And you basically cut USC's knees out from trying to answer with a score.
Right. Do you know the situation?
I know 100% what you're talking. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, we haven't, this is the first time anybody's really talked about that scenario because it just comes across as, I don't know, good. Like, I don't even know if we appreciate it at the time.
So,
but
you know what's funny is I noticed that USC didn't have any timeouts. It never occurred to me that Nebraska did it on purpose. Like, it just didn't. I didn't make the connection, right? Like, I was like, oh man, it's great that USC doesn't have any timeouts for this.
I thought it was fantastic. I literally, I'm leaning back in my chair, and I got to figure out if Casey likes to be touched or not because I think I rubbed his shoulders, and this dude may seriously be looking at me like,
what are we doing?
Yeah, because I don't know if he's like Florida Casey, kind of nice, and or he's Northeastern Casey, where it's like
little John Butler Philly style.
Or like, yeah,
Coach rural New York style.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
be like, hey, Eckler, don't touch me.
So I'll figure that out as I go. But I'm like, man, because I just didn't. Nebraska has had such a hard time winning the middle eight, and it's well documented now how like the third quarters have just been miserable.
Yeah, been tough. Yeah.
So situationally, I'll be very, very curious on if we're learning from past hiccups, because that'll let me know that everybody, because he threw the gauntlet down in the presser when he said, listen, man, okay, Coach Rule, if you're a good coach, man, I got to be better. Okay, Dana, like I got to be like everybody. I like the fact that they said it out loud.
Yeah, now you have no excuses.
You've left yourself no wiggle room, right? Which is, I think, how you have to do it, because that's what you ask the players to do. So situationally, I would love to just see what that execution in crunch time looks like, because I've been through it real time. I've seen multiple areas, and I can't tell you how competent, confident quarterback play changes the whole scenario on how you manage the clock.
Absolutely.
But I'll also tell you this: the more competent you are in your units,
harder decisions are.
The harder the decisions are. That's what I think.
That makes a lot of sense.
It sounds counterintuitive,
it does,
right?
Right. You'd be like, oh, just easy decisions.
If you're good at punting, just punt it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you've slowed them down, just
give it back to your defense.
Give it back to your defense.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, I've been running the ball well.
Yeah.
Right. But I also know that my kicker can make 50-yard field goals. And so what's more important here? Should I get the first down and try and continue this drive? Are the points more important here? Right? Like, that's a decision you didn't have to make at any point over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because nobody was making a 50-yard field goal.
Right.
Right? Like, that's just what it is. I got a couple questions for you. Let's take a quick break, though.
All right, is Austin mad at you?
Not yet, but I don't like it when they call me during the show. So
they call?
Well, a couple times they have, yeah.
No, so right now, now this is subject to change. We're riding with Austin.
Yeah?
Yeah. Rico's out.
Rico's out?
Yeah.
He's out of the tree?
Now he did not have, maybe it's because I was calling him baby feet.
You did come in hot.
No, I liked his PlayStation sweatshirt.
I know, but immediately you go, what size shoe you wear? As soon as he walks in.
Well, he was late.
And he goes, 10.5. You go, you're lying. Those are 4s.
The PlayStation sweatshirt was sweet.
The context and facts.
I'm just saying, you came in pretty hot.
I knew the first minute it was too good to be true. The alter ugly ego guy is back.
Who? Kenny?
No, yours.
Oh, shoot.
Regular Ravi.
I was going to say, I don't have an alternate ego. That's just all me.
Yeah. Richard.
We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
I think we've got very good leadership, specifically in each room. Like, you've got Singleton, Buford, and obviously Sierra in the secondary room helping some of these younger players that are playing for us. You've got, Javen Wright, in the linebacker room kind of helping come along, whether it's Shavers or whether it's Merritt playing or now Bowers playing some. Javen really played really well the other night, physical, had an incredibly physical play on their lineman and knocked him out of the game legally, but that was about as physical as play as I've seen. I think that leadership is, they take the message of what we're trying to do, what Coach Roll is preaching, what I'm preaching, and take it into the locker room, support it. We've had, some significant success in certain areas that you've got to keep pounding on, and then we just got to keep working on fixing the run defense. So.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, they have good quarterback. Watching them, I feel like the offense runs through him. You know what I'm saying? They have some talented receivers, and they have some pretty good backs as well. So I feel like guys was out there playing hard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was doing their job collectively, and I mean, as you watch the tape, I mean, you see guys flying around, you see guys making plays, having fun with each other. We just came up short. So, I feel like that's a good thing because you see a lot of people improving, and we can't do nothing but look forward to the next game. It's an extreme motivator. I mean, you got that little itch, you know what I'm saying, on the back of your head. You waiting on that game because obviously they came in our house and we ended up losing. So, I mean, this is a game that we've been waiting for, and we're ready to go out there and go play.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, it's always tough, but just the reality is you take those situations, they're great opportunities, right? Like, I mean, we love Dylan, and he's a great leader, he's a great competitor, and he have a speedy recovery. But at the end of the day, you take these opportunities to really just challenge yourself and see where you at, right? We talk about Mudita and Ubuntu and things of that nature. We're talking about togetherness and working together and being the unity. So, these are opportunities that you say a lot of things out loud, but when it's time to put it into action, what does it really look like? Does it really show up? And I think this weekend is going to kind of display that and show that challenge that we're willing to rally together and play even tougher and play a little bit harder. Because when you lose a guy like that, every side of the ball, every phase of the game has to kind of step up a little bit. And everybody got to do just a little bit more. So that's the challenge for the guys, for the coaches, for everyone in the building.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you, make sure you go check out our friends at Next Gen Male Medical. They're hooking DB up, getting some of that BPC 157.
I partied there yesterday.
I have to go today. I was supposed to go yesterday, and it got away from me.
Yeah, I got sidetracked. So I walked in, and I saw a guy that had on Carolina gear.
Oh, yeah, you got distracted in a hurry, didn't you?
No, his hat was sweet. But then he was repping one of the local high schools too, and I also like their gear because they're the exact same. And so
Elkhorn North.
I mean, hey, whatever.
Well, color scheme, like
I get accused of like picking favorites, even though I love everybody. Which, by the way, man, never mind. It's such a random. I might have to arm wrestle Brett.
Okay.
He didn't tell me Parker was having surgery.
Apparently, that's going around.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. No, don't do him like that. He might be listening.
I hope he's listening. I'm going to go beat him up.
His brother was cool.
Sounded a lot like him.
I said, hey.
I did too.
I said, hey, you're up. How you
I
feeling?
go, hey,
And
buddy,
he goes,
what's up? And he goes, this is his brother.
Yeah. Anyway, this is dumb. Hoping the best for one of our
faves.
Yeah, definitely one of our faves. So there's this conversation going on in the chat. I'm not picking sides. I'm just gonna give you you know what I like. I'm just gonna give you the facts.
Hold on, real quick. Call Next Gen 402-614-9700.
So anyway, real quick. So I walked outside because I forgot my fob, and I'm still trying to figure out the car.
Yeah.
By the way, I was supposed to have a tutorial.
They haven't done that for you yet.
I just don't. I just need to sit down for a second. But I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
I'm literally pushing buttons. It's the dumbest thing ever. And I get it. I don't want to hear the joke. Oh, you bought a car unseen, blah, 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 blah.
No, you have a guy. I understand it now. Like, you have a guy that was helping you out. Like, I understand that. That's different.
So
That's
I'm still trying to figure. Like, this whole Android Auto versus just letting me get on my Bluetooth. Like, what takes so long to define my goddamn device?
You know what would make your life easier?
Shut your face. So anyway, I walk outside.
Apple CarPlay.
Android Auto is the same.
No, it's not. It's terrible. My mom has it. It's bad. Anyway, you're at Next Gen.
Right here. Stay right here.
It's probably not that bad as long as you don't have to SMS it.
Lock in.
So I got distracted and I walked outside because he was outside. We were just shooting a breeze about Carolina winning the other night. And I was like, man, anybody but Duke. Like, totally just got caught up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I walked back inside and the assistant's on the phone and she just motions to me. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be in room 2? She's like, yeah. So I go in there. Is it practitioner?
Yeah.
She's like, what side we doing? Like, what do you mean? Listen, she looked at me like I told her she goes right side or left side. I was like, oh, my bad. They're going to hate me. Anyway, they're having this conversation in the chat. I just want to I'm just going to give you all the facts because I think Kobe's kind of making there's some points to be made. So let me just tell you when I say when you're competent in areas, you introduce more variables. It seems counterintuitive. So this is what special teams guys do. Kickers warm up on both ends. It's the dumbest but coolest thing ever. So sometimes you'll see teams with opposite players kicking the same direction because there must be some unspoken rule about how you share.
Sure.
Even though I'd be like, no, you can only know what it's like to kick into the north. But you don't want your kicker doing that too. So it's fine. Super Switzerland. So they watch. And Kyle is really good at this. Because I remember the very first game, I'm like, why do you have, what are you looking for already? There's 7 people out there. I'm watching the kickers. So now I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, how far are they making these? Right? We go both directions, and they're like some hammers. So they're watching guys kick, and Cunanan was good from like 58 plus both directions.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you that at some point during the pumping of the clock or the Corcoran, whatever it is, either I assume it's Eckler. Coach Rule is going to say, hey, where are we good from? Right? And he's going to give him a number. So that's a factor.
This is dumb. Does he give him the yard line or the distance?
So he probably knows the yard line. I don't want to speak for them. So I'll tell you what we would do.
Yeah, like if you were telling a head coach where your kicker's good from, are you telling him?
I do special teams with Journey, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say, hey, where were we from this direction? Because I'm Coach Lamanji's timeout guy. So I'm like, hey, 32, just 7-10, 17-49. Journey, we good from 40. Like, that's what we do.
Yeah. But you would tell Lamanji, hey, got to get to the 32?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter. I was just curious.
So I'll say, hey, you got to be thinking 30 in. Got to be thinking 25 in.
So if
got to
you're
be thinking whatever.
So if you're Eckler and you're like, hey, I saw him make this thing from 58.
So he'll watch it a ton.
Yeah.
And he's not, if you only make 1 of 6 from 54, he's going to probably say, hey, we're good
from 50
and in.
Yeah.
So you have to watch it a long time, which is why they're always out. Then you talk to your kicker.
Yeah.
Then your kicker tells you, if you can't kick or you're not good or you can't snap or you're Nebraska a year ago, you're not even introducing that variable.
Yeah. You're just like, we're going for it on 4th and 1.
So
we saw this happen last year, by the way.
So the other thing is how did you feel about the punting up until that point with the confidence to pin guys deep?
Not great. It hadn't been Archie's best game.
It was just okay.
It was fine. Like, there was a couple right around the 20. He shanked the one to the 26. He had like 1 or 2 at the 15.
So whatever that is,
yeah,
that's introduced.
Sure.
Then you introduce, okay, young quarterback, do we get the game over? Do we try to get the game over right now? Because conventional wisdom says, man, it's a yard. We need a yard. But
and you're running the ball well.
But how are you on 4th and shorts when everybody knows that you don't need to run the ball?
Hadn't been good. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 hadn't been good.
However you feel about that,
which is accurate, like they've struggled.
You introduced that too. So that's why you pay a guy. That's why it all happens fast. Now we got a ton of opinions on what we would do just watching, and then we get to critique it from far away. I'm just telling you all that's going in there before you do what you do. Now he knows we can't have that going in.
Yeah.
If we want to eliminate that confusion going forward, there's a different way they're gonna go about this week. Guaranteed. Like situationally, they'll want to know.
And I was going to ask this. We didn't quite get to it. Maybe we will later. I do want to talk about the preparation difference between backup quarterback coming into a game midway versus full week starter, same guy.
Oh, okay.
Because I know there is a difference.
Yeah.
I want to know how much of a difference there is typically. I know you're not. You can't speak specifically to Nebraska, but I do want to talk about that at some point as well. But right now we're going to get to our guy, one of your favorites, Michael Rose-Ivey. He'll be right back here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, it's a little different, you know. I mean, he does some things probably a little better than Dylan does with his legs. We all know that. We've seen it. UCLA is going to see it. They're going to have a plan for it. But offense is still the offense, and he's expected to run it. You know, he had valuable experience earlier in the year, and, you know, I just kept calling plays. You know, whatever's on the sheet, I just kept calling plays. And then Saturday night, I just kept calling plays. You know, what he does with the ball may be a little bit different than what Dylan does with the ball, but I'm excited to see him play. You know, he's a good football player. He's a good quarterback. We got confidence. Our team is going to rally around him. I know that. You know, they did today out there at practice. It was another good Tuesday practice, and we're going to be excited about playing, and I know our team's going to rally around him. You know, my conversation with TJ is just, you know, just be yourself. Just be yourself. You just play your game. You know, he's not thrusted into a leadership
point of view right now, that's, Dylan's still around. He's still going to be around. He's still going to be a tremendous leader that he is. And
Yeah, it sucked. I took some responsibility for that, and I was really sad when that happened, and hard watching that play back over again. And I felt terrible for him after the game, and had a moment with him, just hugged him. Yeah, but TJ's gonna do great this week. I mean, he's a great quarterback, and we all knew he was going to start here eventually. It's just a little quicker than we thought. I mean, it's a lot to take on as a freshman, especially when you don't expect it. Yeah, we just all rallied behind him, told him we believed in him, and I just try to remind him of that game against Akron at night when he went crazy, because that's the type of player he is. That's what he can do, and this whole program believes in him.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Under center, Iola, deep back Johnson. Barney in motion left to right. Snap, spin, handoff Johnson up the middle. Spears forward, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by one of our favorite guests, certainly, Michael Rose-Ivey, former Husker. What's going on, MRI?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
How we living, man? The connection is clear, man. Where are we in the building?
I found a new spot. I think this might be the new spot. A little less crowded. All the kids coming in and stuff like that. So I think we're clear of the Wi-Fi signal.
It sounds great.
Well, but here's the downside, though. You always greet everybody. Like, are they? Some people need that in the morning, right? Like,
oh, they got that. They got that before I came through.
Okay.
Before I got on. Yeah.
Right.
I said my hellos and good mornings.
I don't want to be robbing any of the students of their blessings because we're stealing your time. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, it's all good.
Tell them just to tune into the show. They'll give you more blessings.
There you go. We'll just start plugging the show with wallpaper.
Yeah, man.
Flyers all around the school.
I mean, why not?
I'll say we'll send some signage down to you.
Yeah, there we go. We'll put it in the advertising budget. Hey, maybe do a live show next year. All right,
hey, line item.
We can come do a pregame show for you.
There you go.
MRI, how did you deal with you're not unaccustomed to it, but you typically stay out of the fray. How'd the week go for you?
Woo, awesome. It was great. Let me preface this. I was in Mexico. So I was in Mexico watching the game for a little bit. Signal went bad on me, so I got on YouTube. Got my man DB, his play-by-play, his analysis. So we found that, and that was a good connection. So that's how I listened to the game. And then I had access to this one with USC. They're all 22, so I got to watch all 22 of them and see a little bit too. So, yeah, I think it was a great week. How about you, DB? I wasn't out of the loop too much.
Well, you know,
Just
you know, I just thought it was interesting because I asked my partner on Monday because it was a lot this past weekend, and it's not like I haven't been through this, right? I mean,
right.
You there's just a lot of stretches, right? You were right in the thick of it, maybe at its height, with transitioning, and so I'm thinking, why does this seem more toxic than ever? So I asked Ravi on Monday, I go, does it seem like it's a little more toxic than normal? And he was like, yeah, I kind of think it is. Do you feel like it is?
I think with maybe more expectations than maybe even the teams that I played on later in my career. I think there does bring some level of toxicity within certain groups. I think for me, my whole point was I think there's a portion, this is probably of any media, of any fan base, of any team, of any political party, of any group, organization, club at a school, whatever the case is, that there's going to be a niche of people that's going to find their area of expertise and their group of people in a more negative light. And I think at times we're not cautious of how that comes off, especially when you have a platform and you have a voice that tends to be looked at as one of the go-to when things break with Nebraska. Like, I'm going to check this guy out. I'm going to check this guy. I want to see what. And so I just think I think it's just to a level of expectation, which is a good thing. It's okay to expect things, right? But I think there has to be context in the ebbs and flow of a season. If we're talking particularly about Nebraska, obviously losing Dylan in the way you do, you lose your tackle, in the same play series of plays.
Yeah, it was intense.
So, yeah, it was intense. And I think that lended itself to panic from some. More of a panic of the situation. Oh, we just lost our quarterback. Now we got a freshman quarterback. We could talk more about, defense and, run fits and other stuff like that, or maybe play calling and things and stuff like that offensively, of just execution. But I just think it was just a heavy night. I think there was a lot of energy put into the night, which was awesome. But I don't think anything that I saw from those guys that stepped in and played more snaps than probably they were accustomed to, or maybe even, I won't say prepared to, but just anticipating. There's nothing that was of a waste or a lack of opportunity. I mean, we pulled a commitment from a really, really good receiver. A couple other guys that, from what I've heard, are on the hook, kind of, waiting on some things to clear through. So I think it was something to be celebrated. Obviously, you wanted to win. There are no more victories. The guys know that more than anything. And I think, again, I'm gonna always reiterate: nobody feels this more than players and coaches. And I'm not ignorant to the amount of years a lot of people have spent their time, effort, money to support Nebraska. But those guys that live that 365 with every conversation that's led to or leading into football about Nebraska, how are we going to do this year? X, Y, Z. I'll never go off that side, and I won't apologize for that. I feel like there's a tremendous amount of respect I have for anybody at really any university, especially being in Nebraska, knowing how that environment is on a day-to-day basis. I'll never shy away from saying, hey, remind yourself, there's guys that tear ACLs, break legs, a lot of different things going mentally. I'm never going to lose sight on that.
Non-contract contact drills covering kickoffs, stuff like that.
Yeah, as a starting middle linebacker on the 4th string kickoff, those are. I'll never shy away from it. I never apologize for it. And I just think perspective is always a great thing, especially in sports and in life. In these moments right now, it's good to have perspective and good to have context and things. And I think we should have been, a little less fanfare on the loss as much how toxic it was, like you mentioned.
Sometimes there's just real life too. Somebody told me yesterday I was in my feels because I was uncomfortable talking about a former teammate who I allegedly committed suicide in a very tumultuous game in 1993. So sometimes people just lack respect. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But here's the cool thing, because I got a couple guys, and Ravi gets you listen. He gets so mad at me for like the whole good piece of cheese thing and stuff like that,
Right.
and sometimes I just want to know other people's perspectives. So I'm having this conversation yesterday, with somebody that's really really close to the guys on early break, and he said something that I can appreciate, because I talked about this yesterday, how I get this whole player coach, because coaches deal with it too. Sometimes coaches want to say to media guys and gals, is this a football question? You know what I mean? But you don't want to
Yes.
be that guy either, because I
Yeah.
said yesterday, that's no fun. And nobody wants to be my
Right.
friend when all I want to do is talk, pin downs or flare screens or, you
Right.
know,
Oh my
trapping
goodness.
defenses in hockey. Like, nobody
Yeah.
wants to be that guy either.
Right.
But there is a happy medium. And he said, and this is why, because sometimes he drives me crazy. And I'm patient because I think he means well. He said something yesterday in regards to what we were talking about, how it's okay if you don't want to always do the X's and O's thing, or want a football angle or the basketball angle, or
Right.
sometimes people just want a fan. And he said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to jeopardize the integrity of our relation, me and him. But he said there are just a lot of us out here that don't have the time or the passion to learn X's and O's. We just want to be fans. And I thought at that moment, reading that, I'm like, cool.
It kind of
Because
it
I
kind of gives you
think,
everything you need to know from there.
right? So then
Yeah.
you know how to have conversations with those people.
Right.
And like everybody gets grace, right? Now what's wrong with that?
Here's where I listen. I get it, and I understand. That's why I talk all the time about, like, hey, I would love it if people could watch a game more than once, because I do feel like it changes your entire perspective on it.
Yeah.
But I also understand not everybody has time for that. Here's the thing that I struggle with, though. If you don't have the passion to learn X's and O's, you shouldn't necessarily channel that passion onto the internet about just being mad about stuff either. Like, that's where the balance I have a hard time with, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with that.
if you're going to
I agree
have
with
that level of passion to be mad about things that are happening, which is totally fair and totally within your right as a fan, I would ask you to maybe redivert some of that passion to try and learn a little bit more, because that's what I try and do. It's not like I grew up playing or coaching or anything like that. Like, I'm constantly in a process of trying to learn more, because I want to do better. And I think you both know, if you've ever heard a post-game show.
Because I rock with this guy that I'm talking about, and I know he's right. And you're like, you would tell me why. And I've told you about him before. I was like, he's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
which is fine. And like that's a perfectly I get not everybody has the same time. We all do this on some level for a living, right? So I get that.
Right.
But like, if that's the level of passion you're willing to dedicate, or the level of time you're willing to dedicate to learning more and getting better, then why is there all of a sudden more passion and more time for being mad? That's
I
what
agree. I agree. I think that's more than fair.
That's fair.
More than a fair question to ask, I think.
That's fair. All right, so let's get into a couple of quick things about SC before we move on, because now I think the more people listen, and there are a lot of guys and gals that coach and want to have conversations on deeper levels. And I had one of my guys ask me, again, weird, MRI. It's another one of Robbie's favorites, but he is Dennis.
Denny Downer?
Dennis is back.
Okay.
That's my guy, though. So, he was asking me about boxing versus spilling, and how some of his coaching buddies were kind of going back and forth in frustration with how some things are played schematically on Saturday. You and I have talked ad nauseum about multiple ways to skin a cat.
Right.
We didn't early on agree that what Nebraska would do, but for different reasons. Then we landed the plane together. When you look at the run scheme from SC and what they were trying to do, what did you think about the overall adjustments and the philosophy of how the run game was handled?
Initially, it looked like their emphasis going into it was boxing, a lot of things. And USC's adjustment to that, when you talk about a lot of counter, what makes his counter scheme very unique a lot of people run their counter scheme to the two-man surface open side.
Mhm.
And what his adjustment to how Nebraska was trying to box it, okay, we're going to make you box on a 3 to 4 man surface. Now we're going to put either 1 to 2 tight ends in there, still run our counter. And now think about that creates the wall and leverage of pushing everyone else down to the left or right even more because you got 2 more bodies on the edge
Yeah,
of
you
that
just
wall.
got natural angles.
Natural angles. I mean, and I'm looking at DB, I'm looking at it. I stopped about 5 to 6 times on several plays, and I'm drawing up, okay, if you fit it like this, it should be like this. And I'm like, no, you can't do it like that. It was
It's
I
a
think when
it's
people
a
talked about
headache.
the genius, when he talked about the genius of Lincoln Riley, I think it goes beyond the pass game. And I think that's what I was trying to emphasize more than anything that his counter and screen game, the way he draws it up, puts it together, makes it look the same. It's really good, really really good. And I just thought towards the later part of the game, you saw a little more efforts to spill, and those games to me like they were limited again. I would have to go and chart and really dive in to give you a say they should have spilled here, but I just think how USC adjusted, and I'm saying Butler did everything he could. We saw a tight front, we saw a bare front, we saw an even front with 2 3s to get more leverage on either side if they're going to block down. At least we got somebody in the B gap, and I think that's kind of where the breaking point a little bit is again versus counter and counter trade. If they're attacking the C gap, the person in the B gap has to be stout. If they're attacking the D gap, that person in the C gap has to be stout. We have to create some type of vertical penetration between that double down right to the backers that allows either 2 things for the D lineman to make the play or the linebacker to get over top and scrape. And that's just where a lot of the weak side, the runs, they were doing a really good job boxing. So they boxed well. That's the thing. They boxed well. They did what it was supposed to do, but the backside guy was either getting cut off or just the angle was too much for him, so they were able to get some leakage yardage. But I mean, the way their offensive line, I think their offensive line group run wise was at least one of my favorite groups I saw. Just I like the power they had, but also the movement. All guys on the outside, both guards on each side pulled very, very well, did a good job running their feet and driving guys out the hole. Like I thought this was a really, really good group up front that Nebraska faced. And it's just, again, so the initial part of that stopping the counter has to be the guy up front in that B or C gap that can create penetration or can maintain a stout gap integrity to where the backer now can get over top and we can create that 2-on-1 kind of deal with the backside linebacker and also the inside linebacker to the front side.
Yeah, 2 things. Number one, I agree with you. It's hard to explain without a dry erase board, but I said this all week. SC's run game, the philosophy is sensational.
Yeah.
And it's not just counter, it's the counter punching. Because did you notice when Nebraska started to think they wanted to spill and transition, then they introduced quarterback run game with the keep, which put
with the bluff.
But the other thing that was super slick, how about how it was they would bend it back by design. Like they would cut back counter almost to keep it like they didn't want it to hit side. He would hit that thing where you left from because you were in such a hurry to box it for your insides. It just created a natural, like their feel for how to
those bats were really good too.
Bend, like they have to rep that 1,000 times.
Oh, I mean, you've seen the DB, with the buck sweep, the old buck sweep wing tee.
Yeah,
guys,
we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it Friday against Kearney.
Oh, for sure. They got in the spring, summer, they got the PVC pipes that their kids are running through, staying low. I mean, they probably do that all spring. You know what I mean? And they rep it. I mean, when you got a team that lives in that counter, it's tough. It's tough, especially with kind of how they spread you out formationally. But I mean,
design cutback. I'm like, not in my head. I'm like, nice counter punch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
it's nothing crazy. It's just changing aiming points.
Changing
aiming points and really
my
taking
favorite
advantage of Nebraska's over aggressiveness to get over top, like you said.
They would like get her Jack and Jill formation with an offset tight end and have a natural inline tight end, and they would either kick out then pull. They could insert and pull. They both could pull. I'm like, sometimes you'd go front side fullback, he'd stay on side. They'd backside pull, and then the tackle would come. Like just the subtle nuances, because that's what that was SC's counterpoint, right? They
Right.
would send the H back play side. He would act like a lead blocker. Then they would pull backside, giving the back a two-way go. It was silly. It
Yeah.
is. I
And
like
a
how
lot
you
of the
said you would try to draw it up and you'd fit it like this, and then you do race
yeah,
it,
like
because that's what I'm
just
thinking
erase
in
it.
my
Yeah.
head real time.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a easy fix. I mean, you know, I don't know schematically, at least from what I saw, I thought Butler threw out everything he could, to try to limit that. I think there were some times where I think some second or third level defenders were, how I look at it, counted maybe up. I think they should be in the fit and kind of giving a little too much ground or not being decisive enough to maybe limit those games a little bit more. But I mean, again, just really good scheme. I think that's the biggest thing. It's really, really good scheme by USC.
So, MRI, when you're looking at what John Butler was trying to do, I thought it was interesting that as many kind of gash plays as they had running the ball, their long run was only 17, right?
Right.
How much of it, when you're saying like, hey, we're having a really hard time fitting with these counters and these pullers and everything that they're doing and all the different eye candy, the wrinkles with the design cutback and then the QB run, like there's a lot going on. Is there a point, if you're a defensive coordinator and you're John Butler and you're like, okay, we're having a really hard time fitting this, but I know I can limit it from being a 60-yard play or a 40-yard play? Like is there a mind shift at some point where that happens, and what does that look like?
I think that's a really good point. I think I don't know if that was his thought process, and it could have been just obviously with the results of what's been on film for him going into it. But I would definitely assume that on the sideline, right? The whole thing is let's keep the ball in front of us, right? Let's tackle and get guys down. Which we've seen some struggles on from third level safety guys, making those tackles in those type of situations. And to their credit, this past weekend they made those tackles more time than not on the first attempt. So. I think that's a really good point, and I think for Butler, how you see that was, just how the different fronts, like things they tried to do, getting guys on the edge immediately to hopefully get the box a little bit sooner, so now the ball can get to those inside guys. But I mean, he made adjustments, and even in their tight front, just trying to get the B gaps taken care of immediately, so now the ball does bounce. But even in those times, right, you still see those cutbacks. So I think you saw those adjustments live from Butler, but more importantly, I think, like you said, Robbie, I think more going into the game was, hey, we got to keep this in front of us. We've seen them have the big runs, and to their credit, again, no more victories, things you can hang your hat on and loss, but just saying, hey, we didn't give up the big one, so we made them drive the field, made them run another play. That's better than what we did. That's progress, but it still is not good enough. And I think it's okay to live in that world. That hey, it's progress, but it's not good enough.
All right, so if we're riding with that, because I told Ravi on Monday, I said one of the tricky things to navigate for a team that's still growing emotionally is to say what you just said, right? Some of you guys played your best ball. It wasn't good enough.
Yep.
And have those guys receive it and double down on the process. Is it an advantage or kind of a disadvantage, or how do you look at it when you're going to SC or UCLA and Iamaleava wants to run the ball from the QB run, and it's different than, let's say, Sorsby sprinkling it in, or Underwood sprinkling it in, or Maava sprinkling it in, or Childs sprinkling it in? It is a direct correlation to how UCLA wants to run the football. Is that a bonus or a detriment, in your opinion, for preparation?
Let me see. Thinking about watching the previous games, Maava ran. I don't know how much of the designed run he was a part of as for Nebraska. And I think that was more so how Nebraska was playing them. They were super aggressive trying to get over top. So the cutback was either with the running back or going to be him.
Yeah, did you realize that they got 107 of their total yards on only 6 consecutive plays?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild. I mean, again, that's one of those things, like it's not good enough, right? In that aspect. And I think the preparation maybe for more things, knowing that, hey, this is going to be a designed quarterback run game with Nico. I think there's going to be more emphasis on certain things they do structurally to take away the quarterback run game. I don't Nico's passing game hasn't been great. He's turned the ball over. I think like 7 interceptions. He's been sacked quite a bit as well.
They
So I
don't
think
get
maybe
they don't get vertical in the passing game either, which is a little
yeah,
surprising. I mean, maybe they
yeah,
will now that they're healthy, but they don't
yeah.
take shots either.
Right, and for sure. So I think for Butler, maybe going to games like, hey, we did versus a really good receiving core versus USC with our guys. Let's be confident in us in the passing game, and let's figure out some ways to get more bodies and eyes on the quarterback in the run game. The biggest thing, is much man that Nebraska plays, and that's where you saw a lot of those breakdown scrambles came in situations. Because I know the sack numbers weren't there, but I thought the D line did a pretty good job in pass rush, creating pressure
Yeah,
and taking away
me too.
some rush lanes
I
from.
agree.
And I'm almost DB. This is, I mean, it's crazy. And again, this is why I think it's important, like you said, Robbie, to watch the game more than once. Because I almost wanted to come away saying, even without any sacks, I think maybe they have one. I'm not sure.
Well, so they gave him credit for 3 because of the 2 intentional groundings, but yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, so they had those, but I almost wanted to come away with it. That was one of their best rush games as a unit, even without the high sack numbers that they had. I think versus Michigan State. I thought they did a really good job rushing their gaps, coming off on counters and coming underneath right when he started to step up and flushing them when they need to. And they rushed 4 on a couple times and he got out of there. But I thought they did really good in that aspect. And I think they're continuing to prove that and understanding that. And um, but yeah, I think be confident that you can cover. You've been able to cover this well. You're gonna have to play a more defensive minded game with having a freshman quarterback. But one thing we get to talking about UCLA's defense, I was just looking it up before I got on because I was just interested. They're not very good stopping the run,
No.
and obviously with Latif's legs, they're the top rusher for the teams they face. I want to say 4 or 5 games was the quarterback. And I think if I'm Dane, I'm looking at that. Okay, this would be a great opportunity. Obviously, and we can maybe get the ball vertical, or maybe it's more RPOs, or just, hey, 3-step stuff for him to get him comfortable. He's on the road. You talk about the pressure of going back home, right, and playing a little bit closer to home and things like that. But I really think, man, I would love to see, Power Reed, Taylor Martinez S type game plan with him. Like I want to see them use the quarterback in the run game because it's been something that UCLA struggled with. Now, obviously, you got Emmett; he's going to be a threat. Their head coach talked him up big time as he should. He's doing great. But I think the dual threat now of having Latif, Johnson, possibly add Mosey or Nelson to that backfield and being able to do some different type of zone read type structures.
Triple.
Yeah, it's true triple. So we talk about Nebraska's kind of mindset going against Nico. I think UCLA's mindset has to shift a little bit as well, and that's something they've struggled with. It's been on film, so I'm interested to see how Dana takes advantage of that matchup and that I would say a thing area of weakness for UCLA thus far.
Yeah, let me get you out on this, MRI, because you have to defend it, and the rules allow it to have taken flight, right? RPO, and we saw the chunky one that Dylan hit to Hunter against Minnesota. He came back and had a big one against Northwestern. If he holds on to it a little longer, he has another one against Northwestern where Hunter breaks like free. I think Latif can do this where it's almost impossible to stop, especially without linemen downfield.
Right.
The longer Latif holds the scramble on RPO, the more impossible it is to defend because you're in constant conflict.
Correct.
With your apex defenders. How important do you think the intermediate passing game is if Latif can get a good feel for that RPO? Because you have to pick your poison. You either have to give up the 4 or 5 yards to the quarterback or he's just going to throw it behind you. I don't think with the way the game is called today, you can take away both. What do you see? What do you think?
No, it's tough. I mean, the only ways really you can is, in theory, obviously you have the guy execute it, but man coverage helps that a little bit. Bracket coverages and things like that, where you can kind of have a guy aligned pre-snap on the outside and also inside and taking advantage of those slants or glance routes behind the linebackers.
That's what Nebraska tried to do early when they kind of threw it over Marshall's head. He was in conflict, right? They did like that slice where he was going to stop the run and be in between the RPO.
Right, exactly. And you have that safety drifting over top. So you take away the immediate possible vertical ball or inside, like I said, that glance route. But you break it out, you can have a guy that can work underneath the way he did. That's how you can make those type of plays. But I think definitely if you talk about just the drop back intermediate game, I think it's going to be important. Just trying to get those linebackers. If we're gonna, it's just attacking areas. If we want to attack 5 yards, we need to think we're going 10. If we're going to attack 10, we need to. So just getting some things in front of those backers. I think UCLA. I think should be emphasizing stopping Emmett initially and putting guys in the box. So does that lend for more one-on-one situations for Latif, and now we can take away or so we can take advantage of the man coverage and use our receivers and get them in open space off of those type of looks. But obviously we talked about it, if you want to run RPOs, it starts with what? Run, right? You got to be able to run the ball. You know what I mean? You got to be able to run the ball and be physical in non-RPO situations. So now when we're getting that mesh, those backers feel the need to be aggressive, get to their gaps and fit. And now we got open space behind them, and guys are running free. So I'm very disappointed, obviously, in Dylan ending his season the way it's ending. But there is a level of intrigue, excitement to seeing how the team responds in general about just leadership wise. I know Dylan's he will do a great job of coaching him up and being in his ear after drives and things like that. But I'm interested to see how the team performs, and I'm not expecting anything less than I thought I would expect with Dylan going into this game. I'm hoping they run the ball really well, take advantage of a UCLA defense can't stop the run. I think there's an added benefit with Latif and his legs. I want to see the defense, stop the run. You obviously got to stop the quarterback run, but just do that in general. Pass defense can play in the way it plays, and I think they can. This is a winnable game. This is a game they should do well in. Obviously, the question mark is the quarterback. So excited to see the boys come out and right the wrongs, or not even right the wrongs, just play good football this Saturday and go get a win versus UCLA in a great historic environment. I had the chance to go out there my freshman year redshirt and really, really beautiful stadium, beautiful backdrop. Just a great historic college football spot. So I hope the guys enjoy that aspect of it too, while also getting a win.
MRI, real quick, not to rehash here or anything, but true or false, Nebraska wins against USC if Dylan Raiola doesn't get hurt?
I believe so. I definitely believe so.
Okay.
I think that, yeah. I think that's almost a obvious yes to me, in my opinion.
All right.
But some people see it different, and that's why we have glasses, perspective.
My dude.
That's Michael Rose-Ivey, former Husker. MRI, we appreciate it as always. Great stuff.
Thanks, buddy.
Man, appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy your Thursday. Good luck Friday, DB.
Thanks, buddy. GBR.
GBR.
That is our guy, Michael Rose-Ivey.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I meant to actually play this. I should have played this.
I know you guys are doing the live show tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I will be very disappointed if I wake up at 6:50 and DB is not dressed as undercover brother.
Man, leave. I'm undercover every day.
I just like to ask, that question because we have spent a lot of time collectively as a fan base and as a media group talking about lots of things that probably had a smaller impact on the outcome of that game than the fact that your starting quarterback got hurt while you were up 14-6 and didn't play the entire second half.
Oh,
we spent a lot of time talking about other stuff.
The macro over, yeah.
I think at the end of the day, if I had to put percentages on it, and we'll take a break here in a second. If I had to put percentages on it, that is by far, in my opinion, the largest percentage of why Nebraska lost the game. You could put 5% over here, 5% over there. At least 50% is Dylan Raiola getting hurt.
And I agree with you. I'm just glad, because I feel like that's that one song, Stuck on You. Got a feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't. I'm stuck on the fact that MRI got on the board himself on what he
trying
would
to
do,
figure it out,
and he would start over because that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't I?
Constant conflict, right? That's why you can't figure it out, or that's why you can't draw it up a way that you like. How hard is it real time? Because he kind of talked about switching from like a box to the spill. How hard is that in real time? Because that seems like
so we can't. We're
opposing.
They're smart. They're better at it because they have more time. We would probably, unless our offense put together a long drive, we'd have to just we could probably do it in 2 series efficiently.
Okay.
Because we do both. Sometimes we box, sometimes we spill.
Right.
So they're familiar.
But you've got the practice in it.
Yeah, we're familiar with how to do both. Now you go into a game plan.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you right now.
But you're not asking them to do something they haven't done.
Yeah. There's a way that Carney likes to play that we absolutely cannot do. Right? If they do it, then okay, this is going to be the counterpunch. But we have a preference. But they got to try. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, this Coach Cool is so bright. We're like, never mind. But the game within the game, I think is fascinating. And you know, I the only reason I got involved on social media is just because there were so many misnomers, right? You know, the 3 front and the 3-3-5, and well, Blackledge said, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, guys, like, I get why he said it. He has 1,000 games to do, but as this one's unfolding, this isn't about an odd front. It's not. It's Rook, Bishop, Knight. I was surprised. CFB said he called Lincoln Riley the best offensive mind in football in the last 25 years. He says it's not even close. And I'm not saying that to say, hey, let's talk about wins versus ranked opponents. Like, I'm saying if you believe
like scheming something up.
I'm saying if you believe that the main reason Nebraska lost is because of Dylan, then you have to talk about that irrespective of a gaudy stat about ranked opponents. Because when you get inside the matchup of how good and how difficult what SC was doing, I mean, we just had some – I know why he said it because he doesn't really know much, but that wasn't a C game. Like, that ground game is incredible.
Also –
and I think real time, Nebraska went from – they played in 2-2s. Tight front. He's just when he says tight front, they're just covering up the guards. They tried it with, 5 down. They played 4 down.
What's the difference between a tight front and a bare front?
So not much initially. It's how you play over the tackles that is the distinguishing difference.
Okay.
You can get in a tight front with 3 and not be in a bare front.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now a bare front and a tight front, you'll be covering up the guards.
Okay.
So, they tried to spill on the fly. They had 337 yards total offense.
Yep.
107, so almost a third, came on 6 consecutive plays. That's the speed of the game. Punch, counter punch.
And they get into a rhythm.
And trying to adjust on the fly. And in between those 2 in 6 of those plays were 2 of the quarterback runs. Because you hadn't really seen it. So
that's third quarter stretch.
So Nebraska goes, and it included the flea.
Include the flea flicker and then the touchdown run by Maava, right?
So flipping, So because it was over consecutive drives.
Yeah, 2 drives, right.
So my point in saying that is when you go against bright minds like that,
they're going to get some stuff.
And this was a fantastic point somebody made. This was on a message board. And I said, man, like Maava will give you some interceptable balls. He had no business throwing that flea flicker. And so somebody came back and they said, well, Hare, like, why do you say that? And I go, well, usually when you run a flea flicker, it's to scheme a guy open.
Wide open.
Right? You don't want a 50-50 ball. And I thought that would suffice. He came back with a fantastic point.
Okay.
Because I said because people made it about the matchup. Well, he wanted to get this guy on this guy. And I go, well, if he wanted to do that, there's lots of other ways to get the matchup if that's the matchup you think he wanted. And his point was like MRIs. And even what I said during the broadcast, but I didn't even think about it in my discussion with him. He goes, well, they had a hard time protecting and just drop back. So and I said that real time.
So the point of the flea flicker wasn't necessarily to get the guy wide open. It was, hey, give Maeva enough time to throw a 50-50 ball.
Yep.
Fair.
Yep.
Totally fair.
And so I told him online, I was like,
that's a good point.
Hey, man, like
what is your objective in the scenario changes whether or not he should have thrown the ball.
It was a fantastic point he made.
Yeah.
So let's say that he's right, right, as we're talking on the message board. I mean, even more credit to Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. To be like,
because
hey,
I could see his point, because in just drop back, they couldn't protect him.
No, they weren't getting shots down the field and just drop back.
So maybe the run action
gave them enough time.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, I was like,
I will say, and Shannon, I know you're playing the music. We got a couple minutes here still. I will say the one thing that makes me like just boils my blood, and I know it's not just one thing because I get mad a lot, but
remember, I'm the guy that's in my feels.
I'm always in my feels. People just expect that from me now. I hate when people are like, oh, we got their C game. Like Nebraska wasn't there too. Why do you think USC didn't play very good offensively? Was it just because they're like, man, I don't feel like it today? I don't know. I don't want to throw for more than 80 yards outside of a flea flicker. You think that was it? Or maybe there was a defense involved that, by the way, held USC to basically Nebraska's season average of holding opponents to passing yards. Nebraska's at like 128. They held USC to 135. Maybe that had something to do with it looking like a C effort. I don't know. That seems like a possibility, doesn't it? Maybe this Nebraska scoring defense held them to 21 points to 42 because they're pretty good. That seems like a possibility. I don't know. Just some food for thought, guys.
Is that why you wanted a couple more minutes?
Yes, that's all.
A couple things to get off your chest.
It's just it's the worst argument because it means nothing. You could just throw out a letter grade. I did it on Blue Jay post game yesterday. Where I go, I thought Creighton gave like a B- effort offensively and still scored 92 points. But you know the difference is they were playing South Dakota, not a Big Ten team. So there's a little bit of a difference there. I don't know if you know, South Dakota is not a power conference school. Pretty good, though. They can fill it up a little bit. 12 straight games, overtime, drive points.
There was some cool little things that were happening there. Did you see like the hard hedge and then get back to the rim?
Mm-hmm.
Like Freeman will make that play as he gets
back in game shape.
100%.
Yep.
Like the hard hedge, and then I like the little wrinkles from how to play.
Yeah, he's a little more mobile.
You can see it.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, like I said, I actually do think it was like a B- effort. They still scored 92 points. But I can just throw out a thing. I could have said C+, B-. There's no real grading scale.
I just wanted to weave it.
We're making it up. I like basketball.
Acumen.
We like basketball.
Yes.
I like the hard hedge, recover, and that's not typically how I like to.
I like turtles.
You're putting your big man in a tough spot.
I know. FIDA would call that show and go.
Yeah.
But we didn't play with like true bigs.
Yeah, so it's different when you're not.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if I'm not playing with true bigs, I'm just switching.
You can.
Yeah, I'm switching. If I don't have a true big, I'm switching everything.
Yeah, but then you got to worry about guys either turning the corner or going underneath shooters. So
yeah, but I mean, if you're switching,
you want to chase?
If you're switching, you shouldn't be going underneath shooters.
Well,
like if you're just switching everything, you shouldn't go underneath anything.
In being able to turn the corner.
Yeah.
or
playing
underneath.
I'm not going underneath anything.
then you run the risk of allowing guys to turn the corner.
But here's the beauty of that is because you're not trying to recover, your help defense should still be there already if he does turn the corner.
You hope.
I mean, that's the idea, right?
Yeah, if you're staying attached.
Yeah, so that's what I like about it. Is even if you do get beat initially, your help defense should still be intact.
Myopic.
Not myopic. That's how you coach it.
Yeah, but you have these guys that are out there waiting.
Yeah, and I say, hey, you keep your ass in help side or you're not playing. And that's why I don't coach anymore. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. We got Brian Edwards coming up next.
Yeah, it's a little different, you know. I mean, he does some things probably a little better than Dylan does with his legs. We all know that. We've seen it. UCLA is going to see it. They're going to have a plan for it. But offense is still the offense, and he's expected to run it. He had valuable experience earlier in the year, and I just kept calling plays. Whatever's on the sheet, I just kept calling plays. And then Saturday night, I just kept calling plays. What he does with the ball may be a little bit different than what Dylan does with the ball, but I'm excited to see him play. He's a good football player. He's a good quarterback. We got confidence. Our team is going to rally around him. I know that. They did today out there at practice. It was another good Tuesday practice, and we're going to be excited about playing. And I know our team's going to rally around him. My conversation with TJ is just be yourself. Just be yourself. You just play your game. He's not thrusted into a leadership
point of view right now, that's, Dylan's still around. He's still going to be around. He's still going to be a tremendous leader that he is. And
Yeah, it sucked. I took some responsibility for that, and I was really sad when that happened, and hard watching that play back over again. And I felt terrible for him after the game, and had a moment with him, just hugged him. Yeah, but TJ's gonna do great this week. I mean, he's a great quarterback, and we all knew he was going to start here eventually. It's just a little quicker than we thought. I mean, it's a lot to take on as a freshman, especially when you don't expect it. We just all rallied behind him, told him we believed in him, and I just try to remind him of that game against Akron at night when he went crazy, because that's the type of player he is. That's what he can do, and this whole program believes in him.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live. Now, Vegas insider, senior handicapper, and fan of the cold Budweiser bottles, Brian Edwards.
It's got to be touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Brian Edwards.
I don't really love it.
Brian Edwards.
Were they using the cream cheese to butter the bagel?
Brian Edwards.
I'm going with the cowgirl.
Here is Brian Edwards.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Brian Edwards, our Vegas insider from Major Wager. What's going on, B? Oh, you're on mute, bud.
Oh! Where's my cord?
We had a good run there for a minute.
Oh, he was like 7 for his last 7.
Oh, we still don't have you. Uh-oh.
It's just one of those where you got to take a deep breath, get a timeout.
It's like Carl Lewis in the national anthem. Uh-oh.
I got this button.
No, we still got nothing, B. I don't know what's going on.
He's laughing. He can hear us. He's like, there. No, that's
a drop.
How about now?
There he is. There we got him.
Well, what'd you do? Was it the old volume thing, B?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Something was. I don't know.
You must have changed your settings on that gamer headset. You were playing some Fortnite last night. What's going on?
Call of Duty. Big
Man,
Call of Duty.
I still think I'm the best Galaga player on planet Earth. I haven't played video games in a
big
long
Donkey Kong guy myself. Be big donkey.
Man, last time I've been at a bar and they've had Galaga, I can't, it just takes me too long to play it. I start sweating. It takes like an hour. I'm like, man, this is no fun anymore.
Yeah, I mean, where was Asteroids when you needed it? Defender. How about the you and I had a little treat on Sunday morning as we're talking about
suspicious betting patterns.
Is that not wild? On a humbug. I'm just talking to you generally.
Sure, yeah, last Thursday morning, so you had to have known about it Wednesday. So people knew about this Wednesday.
He sent it to me Tuesday.
Even worse.
So
Wow.
do you know the funny thing? It's not funny, but did you see the first round odds drop from plus 850 stoppage to 475?
And then some books yanked it.
Like
And
they weren't even cool about it.
And I completely forgot that you had told me. I didn't bet it. Doggone it.
Hey, would you have gotten so? A lot of people have pulled back the bets. Would your books have paid out?
I don't know. I have no idea. I did see that two books had refunded losing bets. That was like on Monday though. I don't know. And I think DraftKings or somebody released a statement that they were monitoring the situation, but they had not refunded it yet. But that was like Monday. I don't know if other books refunded it as well. I don't know.
I know one guy locally. It's $17K on the ticket.
Good for him.
That's wild.
If he got it paid out, good for
happens
him.
to us good guys. My extra $10 when I need it.
I'll take it.
Man, I can't believe I didn't get on it. I forgot. Totally forgot.
So good on Dana for being the one to call attention to it. Does that help him out, kind of?
I don't know, man. I mean, they went and talked to him, and apparently they talked to his lawyer and his team, and they felt good about it and let him go fight. And I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. And by the way, the James Krause thing was years ago. Why is nothing's ever happened to James Krause?
I know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Things that make you go,
Don't want to go into like the history like Nikolai Davydenko or anything like that. Like we don't need to.
Oh wow, that's what we're on already.
Is that boxing?
No, that's tennis. Back in
Tennis.
the day, had a little match fixing scandal.
Uh-huh.
Well, we were talking earlier about the sports that are particularly easy to influence, right?
Right.
And it's a lot of the individual ones, obviously combat sports. But I was telling DB about like there's certain places you can literally bet on like every point in a tennis match.
Like, why would people be having like foot faults and double faults and like why would that even be part of the player prop? That's just too.
Yeah, you're asking for trouble at that point.
Wait a second. You can specifically bet on a double fault.
That's what I like. I'm like, there's no.
All right. Whoa, that's just too easy to manipulate.
I know, right? Because it doesn't even. I mean, like in theory, it wouldn't even impact a match, right?
Well, somebody just got hammered for that.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but yeah,
This is a couple weeks ago.
There is. I was
suspicious activity.
I was listening to this podcast, and there are over 1,500 individual betting opportunities in every match.
Wow.
So like that's so like you could not even throw a match at this point and just be like, no, we're cool. I'm just gonna double fault this one time and cash in. Like, you know how easy over the course of a tournament, like that's crazy.
Especially if it was what's her buckets in the last 2 months where she couldn't get a serve in that.
Who, Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, she's like, oh no, I've got the yips. It's like, oh no, just kidding. I'm on the take. Like, you know, like,
wow.
How do you even prove it? You know, like that's the hard part.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Jeez.
Not that Coco's on the take. That was just an example. Allegedly.
What? Okay, so before we get into like games, what are you looking forward to this weekend in particular?
Good question. I want to see some carnage. I want to see some upsets. Like, let's start at noon Eastern.
Oh, and you want Penn State to shock the world? What are we looking
No.
for? Mississippi State, Georgia, like what?
I'm going Mississippi State, Georgia. I want. So this is just the ideal or vintage sandwich spot for Georgia. Off a rivalry game with Texas on deck at home, and Mississippi State 8-1 against the spread, and is literally three plays away from being 8-1 straight up as well. And they get a little bit of a confidence builder. You know, they were down 14 with like 13 minutes left to Arkansas, come back and win. So Georgia now in their last 19 as a favorite are an abysmal 4-14-1 against the spread. And Mississippi State, their last 17 games, 14-3 against the spread. Georgia now trailed or been tied at halftime in 6 of their 7 SEC games. So I just don't think it's let's flip a switch and now Georgia's going to start blowing teams out like it's 2021 or 2022 all over again. I think they're very good and they find a way to win, but they're just not on the level that they were in the past, which doesn't really matter because they keep winning. But I think they are still overvalued from the odds makers' perspective, and Mississippi State continues to be undervalued in my opinion. I'd like to see them outright, but I'm only betting on them now. It's anywhere from 8.5 to 9.5. There's several books at 9.5. If it's 9.5, I'd buy the half point to 10. If it's not 9.5, don't buy it at 10. If it's 8.5 or 9, I still like it.
B, another team trying to figure out if they're overvalued or undervalued. You got Bama 9.5 or 10-point favorites against LSU. We don't get any like Brian Kelly. We hated our coach. We're going to start playing good football bump, or what are we looking at here?
Well, that has been a system that's worked very well this year. In fact, I'm not sure how many coaches have been fired, but the first game with the interim coach has only lost against the spread twice. It was Colorado State and Virginia Tech, but Florida again last week, and all the other schools.
UCLA was a big one, yeah.
Yeah, and Auburn and LSU are in those spots this week. But I'm ignoring that because Bama now under Kalen DeBoer in 11 home games, 11-0 straight up, 9-2 ATS. This year, 4-0 straight up and against the spread. They've won all their home games by 16 or more. Simpson's playing great. And as great a rivalry as this is, Bama's won outright in 12 of the last 14, which is irrelevant because they're laying a big number. But they've won by double digits 9 times. And the spread is 10 at most books, but 9.5 at FanDuel. I'm fine. Go ahead.
It stinks to high heaven, B. You're gutsy. You got to watch this one and take LSU for me. This thing is way too low.
I'm going Bama. I don't think LSU can protect the quarterback. They haven't done it all year, and
he looks awful. He looks like everything. Nussmeier looks like everything hurts.
Yeah, and I think it does. I think he's been beat up all year, and the O-line's terrible. And I like Bama not like a blowout, but I think they win by 14-17.
And to think just 2 months ago, Kalen DeBoer was on the hot seat.
Hey, who's the best? Who's the best quarterback in this conference, B?
Oh wow, that's a great question. I'll go Diego Pavia.
Over Reed.
I want Diego Pavia. I'll roll with Diego Pavia. I'll take him over everybody in the country.
Reed's pretty good. Reed
is good.
He's interesting. What is he? Is he like? I didn't look. He's got to be. He's about a 17-6 guy. Plus, you get his legs. What's his touchdowns to INTs? I know I'm close.
I'll check, but I know that B
I don't
likes.
have it in front of me.
I know that B likes his rushing total.
Yeah,
he's certainly playing better than Sellers. Now Arch is starting to get hot. B.
Yeah, he is, but I'll still take Diego over all of them.
Okay, all right.
That's just me. That's just my personal preference. But yes, I am on Marcel Reed over 38.5 rushing yards. So it was right before the Gator game with A&M was about to kick, and I was looking for Dallas Wilson props, and I see Marcel Reed 29.5 rushing yards. I'm like, whoa, he's going to scramble for at least 40 against the Gators. So I took it over. Then I took it over back-to-back weeks, and then they had the open date. So I've hit it 3 in a row. Now it's much higher this week. It's 38.5, but he's had 55 and 108 the last 2. I'll go Marcel Reed over 38.5. And for everybody thinking about playing A&M, I'm not trying to talk you off it, but for those that didn't watch the second half of Vandy, Missouri, when Prabula got hurt, this freshman for Mizzou is pretty darn good. So I'd be careful.
Apparently, because they're only catching 7, and I think that line stinks. I actually think Missouri wins that game.
I would not be surprised at all because this freshman is good, man, and he's tall and he can move. He's got a good arm, and I was very impressed with him in the second half against Vandy.
What'd you make that line?
Good question. I made it.
It's a good question.
I made A&M 6.
Okay. All right. So the line to me seemed way up, but maybe not for people that actually do this for a living.
I made Bama 13. I made Vandy 7.
I knew that one was off.
I made Georgia 5, and I made Florida 7. But I see last night Eugene Wilson is out. We know
Dallas Wilson playing?
He's out for the season.
Yeah, that's right.
But now Eugene Wilson, who had 9 catches, 121 yards last week, he's out. I don't even know why. And then Vernell Brown, the leading receiver, is questionable. So I've already bet Florida -3, but I want out of it unless Vernell Brown gets upgraded later in the week.
Last one here, B, is Cal +21. You like the big underdog here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Wilcox is a big underdog. It's money, but I'm almost a little concerned. In fact, I haven't bet it yet because I want to see the ACC availability report and come out till Thursday night. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, I'll take Justin Wilcox +21 anytime.
They can't tackle, man. You're gonna lose hair.
Oh, I've watched their games, man. I've watched them.
They cannot, and I love Wilcox. I just don't know
too.
why they can't get anybody to the ground.
Right?
It's like amazing.
That is our guy, Brian Edwards. B, we appreciate it as always. Good luck this week.
Thanks, fellas. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks, B.
That is Brian Edwards from Major Wager. Maybe you do win a little bit of money this week. You can use it to help stuff your savings with Centris Federal Credit Union. From savings accounts and money markets to unique certificates and savings accounts bundle, Centris has all the trimmings for a hearty financial feast. Plus, with Centris Roundup program, saving can be as easy as pie. Go check it out, centrisfcu.org, to learn more. Terms and conditions applied and federally insured by NCUA. We have Michael Bruntz coming up next.
I think we've got very good leadership, specifically in each room. Like you've got Singleton, Buford, and obviously Sierra in the secondary room helping some of these younger players that are playing for us. You've got, Javen Wright, in the linebacker room kind of helping come along, whether it's Shavers or whether it's Merritt playing or now Bowers playing some. Javen really played really well the other night, physical, had an incredibly physical play on their lineman and knocked them out of the game legally, but that was about as physical as play as I've seen. I think that leadership is, they take the message of what we're trying to do, what Coach Roll is preaching, what I'm preaching, and take it into the locker room, support it. We've had, some significant success in certain areas that you've got to keep pounding on, and then we just got to keep working on fixing the run defense. So.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, they have good quarterback. Watching them, I feel like the offense runs through him. You know what I'm saying? They have some talented receivers, and they have some pretty good backs as well. So I feel like guys was out there playing hard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was doing their job collectively, and as you watch the tape, you see guys flying around, you see guys making plays, having fun with each other. We just came up short. So, I feel like that's a good thing because you see a lot of people improving, and we can't do nothing but look forward to the next game. It's an extreme motivator. You got that little itch, you know what I'm saying, on the back of your head. You waiting on that game because obviously they came in our house and we ended up losing. So, this is a game that we've been waiting for, and we're ready to go out there and go play.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Michael Bruntz of Husker 24/7. Bruntz, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you guys doing?
What hat?
That good, huh?
What hat are we wearing today?
University of Central Missouri Mules.
Oh,
Go Mules. Mules and the Jennies.
That Mules baseball hat looks like he's got a bat.
Yeah, he's like kind of got the feet up, kind of trotting mule.
That's a terrific hat.
Get the cheaters on there, Damon.
Where'd you find that?
I had a friend that was involved in the AD down there, and he conned me into. It's a great logo, and he said, "I'll send you one if you grease the skids a little bit for the AD with the donation." So I sent him a little couple for less than a cup of coffee a day. I sent him and got this hat. So here we are.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, shoot,
it's an old one. They might have changed mascots or logos since then, but it's not bad.
Dude, I'd make a little donation for a fighting mules hat.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, I don't know if they fight. I think they're just the mules.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
the docile mules.
The kicking mules.
Yeah,
kick, right? That's a thing.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something. For context sake, because I'm gonna go back to SC for a second. You're watching that game unfold. So whatever happens, and you're at the end of it, and you have like strong opinions. And I said, Bruntz, did you know on consecutive drives, SC had 6 plays that totaled 107, 1/3 of their yards for the game?
Mm-hmm.
Would that go against or support how you felt the game unfolded?
No, I think it supported it. I mean, you guys know how dialed in BC is on this stuff, right? And he leaned over as that kind of those two possessions were unfolding, and mentioned that like that was basically the large percentage of their yardage there, and it flowed with just kind of the quick suddenness of how that game went from Nebraska feeling like it was in control to all of a sudden you're in a dogfight with the backup quarterback, and you've got different left tackles. So I think just that whole sequence of the field goal decision, they get the stop, but also just the 2 quick plays, and I think that just in real time watching it, the 2 quarterback runs, it was like, oh wow, like this thing flipped, like you could feel it. And I mean the yardage in those section that was 6-7 plays. I mean that the yardage backs up the feeling during that little stretch of the game.
Yeah, and it included the flea flicker too, going back the other way through consecutive drives. I wondered if you felt like during the course of the game that Nebraska just wasn't getting enough stops. I was just curious in how, like, real time you were processing what SC was doing versus Nebraska.
No, I didn't have a problem with the way they were playing up until then. I mean, forcing the 2 field goals, I mean, that was important. I mean, getting the 3 and out right out of the gates, I mean, that doesn't happen to USC offenses or Lincoln Riley offenses very often. So, no, I mean, I think that's kind of the way they were hanging in there on defense, and the feeling that, at least through the air, that Miami was not going to do much against you. That was why it felt like that game was still in control. I think you're in the back of your mind thinking like, okay, well, how much longer can this go on? Or like, when's and that's not a Nebraska question. That's just like, what's the wrinkle that we're going to see here? Because I mean, as that game unfolded, the play calling from USC was a little bit scattershot. Is that fair?
I feel like he had to get in his bag a little bit. Like had to try some things.
Well, it didn't seem like Nebraska ran the ball 2 more times than USC did, but they did.
Yeah.
I think Nebraska ran at 40, and SC
could have
ran
done it more.
38.
It felt like it as the game unfolded, it was like you could just keep feeding this here.
But they only had 61 snaps.
I know. Well, that's the thing with like this year's team is like you get to the end of the game and you're like, holy crap, the snap count was in the 50s,
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel that way. But no, I mean, I think my thought with okay, when's the wrinkle going to come was mainly because it just seemed like USC wasn't going to just sit there and run the ball at Nebraska. And it felt like they were, with some of the play calls they were making, it was like they were just trying to find anything that would work through the air. So that's why I thought that. But yeah, it's funny just how quickly things flipped there, because it really did feel like things were in control, and then they all of a sudden weren't.
Bruntz, you brought up the injury to Pritchett at tackle, and I think that, considering the Dylan Raiola injury has gone largely beneath the radar, but I guess just for as maligned as the offensive line has been throughout the year, I'm not saying if that's fair or not, but just that's been the tenor of the conversation around it. How do you think the offensive line performed with their 4th and 5th tackles in there?
Pretty good. I was concerned about just, USC being able to line up and just run around guys. And with the athleticism that they had up front, and you didn't really get that a ton. I think when Nebraska, it's funny when Nebraska's faced these teams, when they come in and you feel like, okay, they've got higher level athletes at the ends, they're going to cause trouble. Nebraska's actually done okay. The Maryland game was kind of the same way, where it was like these guys are going to be coming over the walls at us, and then they weren't.
I said to Ravi the Monday, I said, you're going to laugh, but stylistically, this isn't the type of team that gives Nebraska fits. They're positional, get in front guys. They're not maulers.
Yeah.
I never it's just weird how that works.
Yeah. And, I think going into this game with the tackle stuff, I am kind of curious to see how that works with who's going to be where. If you have to switch guys in the middle of the game, switch sides in the middle of the game, how that goes. With a freshman quarterback having to set that stuff, with communication with the running back on picking up blitzes. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff going on there besides just who's out there at the tackle spot. So that's, I think, something to watch in this game, is if you have to start shuffling the pieces, are guys going to be dialed in and communicating and doing all the stuff that you have to do to be successful as a group. So back to your original question, I thought the interior line played pretty well against USC, and I think they played pretty well for the most part all year. I mean, I think, for as much as we've discussed the tackles spot, and rightfully so, given the ins and outs and injuries and everything else, I think the 3 guys in the middle of that line have been pretty good for the most part. And I think this is a game where you can maybe lean on those guys and run between the tackles a little bit.
Bruntz, how will you know? So there's a couple things I'm kind of curious. Excuse me. UCLA defensively sees quarterback run game every day and in practice. When you flip around and watch Nebraska's film, you don't see quarterback run game on tape. How easy a transition it is it, do you think it is preparation-wise for UCLA defensively, given the fact Nebraska's got a newbie?
It's going to be tough. I mean, you're not facing like a new offense, but you at least have that little ping of doubt in the back of their mind about what they're going to see and what they're not going to see. I mean, I don't know what Nebraska's offense is going to look like with a full week to prepare for TJ Lateef leading it. I mean, I think if you're UCLA, you're guessing a little bit. You're assuming that you're probably going to have to get a steady dose of and deal with a steady dose of Emmett Johnson. But I think I think at least early on, there's the potential for Nebraska to have a little bit of an advantage as everybody kind of settles into that game, because you just it's a different look, and you're having to account for one more player than you would if it were Dylan in terms of the run ability. So I think there is going to be a little bit of UCLA is going to have to adjust to whatever Nebraska does. I mean, as much as Dana kind of said, look, we're gonna run the offense, I can't imagine that you're sitting there for 3 days or 4 days and not thinking that, you can put things into the game plan. They're going to take advantage of TJ Latif's ability to run a little bit.
Do you think that seeing that mobile quarterback and running ability in practice is going to help Nebraska defend UCLA's QB run game at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you get a better look at it. I mean, Nebraska's probably seen a mobile quarterback in practice a little bit, so it's not completely foreign. I mean, I think at least in this game, it feels like a lot of a lot of what Nebraska's going to have to do defensively well is you're going to have to rush with discipline. You're going to have to tackle when you get the chance, and I don't know. I mean, I think Nebraska will be okay as long as they can get multiple guys to the ball and not dive at ankles. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is when you get the chance to get them on the ground, you got to do it. So I don't know. I mean, he's a good runner. I don't know that he's head and shoulders above some of the other guys that Nebraska's seen this year.
Bruntz, when you're kind of watching this matchup, and statistically, there's some, especially run defense. You look at the lack of explosive plays, which now some people think is a problem for Nebraska, but UCLA clearly ranks in the last in the league in that off via the air. Yards per attempt, low ranked. Is there a number in your head that you think Nebraska needs to score to win this game? And is it low or high because you're basing it on UCLA's offense?
I think for in my head for a number score prediction, I mean, I probably high 20s. I mean, I think that's probably a good place for Nebraska. I mean, I think that
a lot.
It is. I mean, I'm not saying they need to get there. I'm saying I think they can. I don't know. UCLA's offense right now, I don't have fears about what they can do through the air. I think Nebraska can handle that.
I agree.
Their
offensive efficiency has gone down 4 weeks in a row, but they do get the bye.
Yeah, they get the bye. They got their pants pulled down before the bye too. So you wonder how much.
But they're healthy now too.
They are. But it's just the off schedule stuff, I think, is what worries me the most in this game. What?
Do you mean QB scramble?
Hey, look, Mom, no pants.
Sorry, we were laughing about the getting pants pulled down. That was just funny.
They did. Siggs does that to a lot of people, though.
Yeah, he's the big bully now, apparently.
Yeah, just stuffing guys in lockers. But no, I think it's the off schedule stuff. You run around for 4 or 5 seconds back there and let somebody get open, or you escape the rush and run for 15 yards or something like that. That worries me if you kind of get the steady drumbeat of that. I mean, that felt like that was kind of the issue last year against USC with a less athletic quarterback. Was just everything felt very just kind of draw it in the dirt, but they were able to get it done. So I think that's probably my biggest fear. I mean, numbers wise, they would have to buck some trends, I think, especially with the non-quarterback run game to really concern you. But I mean, that's something that Nebraska's. Nebraska's going to have to show they can stop that. I mean, that's just something that is kind of baked in now. I feel like with what opponents are going to try to do. But I don't know. I'm rambling.
No, Bruntz, one of the things I always wonder is that you bring up there is.
I don't think that was rambling.
No, I agree. I think
I was circling. Did you see me pulling back? I was trying to land the helicopter, and it was bad.
Let me help you out here, because I think about this a lot with teams where we look at Nebraska and you say, okay, this is a place where Nebraska maybe isn't as good. But I guess, especially with the off-schedule plays and things like that, even with Nico's mobility, I wonder how capable UCLA is of actually taking advantage of that, right? Like, it's not enough for Nebraska not to be good in that area. The other team actually has to be capable of exploiting it too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I think, though, he's the one guy on that roster that actually scares me to be able to do it. Like, I do think that in the passing game, I do think in the passing game, especially when he's kind of trying to make something happen, he's put balls in bad spots. Tip passes, especially early in the season. I was watching a few UCLA games, and it felt like it was precarious at times, even after the coaching change. So, yeah, I mean, I think Nebraska's defense can kind of stand in there, and like I said, I mean, especially if they show that they can stop the non-quarterback run game, I mean, I think that's going to be, big advantage in Nebraska.
Bruntz, if you don't have to stretch it, right, or go, super myopic over something you haven't seen, which unit are you picking to be most who you think they are if Nebraska's going to win this game?
I mean, I think this has the potential to be a game where Nebraska's defense can kind of exert itself a little bit and get after UCLA. So I guess I don't really know at this point what to expect from Nebraska's offense. Like I'm in wait and see mode with that. I think you just have to be. But I do think Nebraska's defense can assert itself and really kind of get after UCLA in this one, especially if, I mean, you guys know how it is. Like you get a couple stops early on, you get that momentum going. I don't think this is going to be a particularly difficult road atmosphere for Nebraska in this one. And so I don't know. I mean, I think defensively, I think there's more potential there for Nebraska to have a really good game. And the interesting part is, the biggest toss-up in this might be special teams. I mean, UCLA is very good there. And, I mean, you saw last week, it was almost like you were expecting special teams to do something for you, and you never got kind of that big play that you've almost come to expect now from the way things have gone in 25.
Bruntz, I do this weird thing sometimes. Well, I do a lot of weird things, but when I look at kind of an opponent coming up, I kind of look at their schedule and see if I can find an opponent that I think Nebraska has some similarities to. Do you think there's anybody that UCLA has played so far that you see, hey, I could kind of look at this as a blueprint for what we might see from Nebraska? Or UCLA's had such a super weird season, I don't even know if that's even possible.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting when you get into the numbers across the games, especially recently. Like, teams have really hurt UCLA with the quarterback run game, and guys that you wouldn't necessarily assume would be big runners have been able to find yards against UCLA. I don't know that there's necessarily one that just like you point to. I'm looking at their schedule now. Sorry. I don't know. Like I hesitate to say like New Mexico, but I mean that was before the change, and I mean that was just a mess of a game for UCLA. I was way too dialed into that one more so than I should have been.
Big Jason Eck guy.
Big Eck guy. But no, I mean I think that's the thing that's interesting in this game is at least with the injury to Dylan and having a quarterback that can run a little bit. I think the potential is actually there for TJ to have a pretty big day with his legs just based on what UCLA has given up this year.
Bruntz, so Nebraska obviously at 6-3. If I said how many games do you think there are, Bruntz, in which the team that Nebraska's played has scored in every quarter?
Has it happened?
It's yes.
How
there's
many
one. There's one kind of obvious one, and there's one that's not so.
Maryland?
Maryland did not score in every quarter.
Michigan?
Michigan scored in every quarter. Who was the other one? There's no way you'll get this.
No, I don't know.
Michigan State?
Northwestern.
Northwestern.
Oh.
Does it, when we're talking about this defense, does it, like, it was like, it wasn't a meltdown. It was just a mini conversation on Monday where I'm thinking last year, you know what we would say? We can't get off the field on third down. Why are our DBs off so far? We've given up too many explosives in the passing game. This year, the scoring per game is almost the same, 19-5, 19-6. But we're focused on the run game. What do you think the give and take is there when we want to assess this defense now that we have a much bigger sample size on the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's difficult in that conversation is how much it swung from last year, right?
Yeah.
Like is it just the whiplash of everything? Like, I think that's part of it.
So do you mean like an overcorrection?
No, I'm not talking about narratives. I'm talking about like just the feel of things in a game. Like, there weren't a lot of games last year where you felt like that going into the game that there was concern that you weren't going to be good up front. And I think part of that was just Ty and Nash. Like, I think the collection of guys up front last year and the change, that was a significant one. But I think that's part of it. I think also just,
I love lamenting over Nash when, like, halfway through this show, we kept complaining about what was wrong with him and was there wrestling hangover and he must be injured. It's like, wow, we forgot about that discussion.
Yeah. But I mean, it never, even in, games last year that Nebraska lost, I mean, they were still, it was never like, most cases, Nebraska did not feel like they were getting pushed around a lot up front. And I guess that's what I read and what people tell me and yell at me about. Is
this on 24/7?
No, I mean, this is a grocery store. This is text from my dad. So
people are yelling at me.
I think it's that. Like, I also think that it, for whatever reason, it's just magnified a lot more when you're giving up a lot of rushing yards. Like, it just feels that way.
We just don't like how it feels, right? Like, we just don't like how it feels watching it.
It's like this. It's like the steady drumbeat. Like, you know, that seems like it hurts a little bit more. So I don't know. Like, it is an interesting discussion, and we'll see where things kind of fall at the end of the year. But yeah, I mean, I even the pass, the improvement against the pass, I get they're not playing as good offenses this year, and that's the reason for that. And it's an interesting discussion. Like, it definitely is, and I think it's kind of, the volume gets turned up in part because of the way that Nebraska went from, the being, I think, pretty good against the run up front to having it be an issue this year, at least in terms of where you're ranked and the numbers that you've given up. So that's it'll be, I'm curious to see where things fall by the end of the season.
So, not to defend one or the other, but personally, do you have? No, I'm dead serious. Like,
no, I know. I like the way that you framed it. Not to defend it, but
yeah, well, because I'm not, because I don't know your opinion.
Not to defend,
and I'm sorry, not to defend either. And
okay,
at similar stages, if you can take yourself back to last year, which do you feel better about? as it relates to Nebraska playing defense.
Yeah, I think I'm willing to accept a little bit more of the rush yardage that you're giving up, as long as it's not the big plays. Like I think that's maybe the.
Were you more frustrated last year?
I think that UCLA game last year was probably the peak frustration of, like, with respect. I mean, I don't know that Garber is Michael Vick, but he was running around like he was. Is that fair? Is that fair? I think that's fair.
I agree. He is not Michael Vick. Yes,
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
But
no, I think I think in some ways the conversation about rushing yardage and what you're giving up feels the same in some ways as the third down conversation and
of last year.
Of last year, like, why can you not just get off the field? Why is Ethan Garbers running for all this yardage against us, and why can we not get him on the ground? Like that conversation.
You just pulled a corner for getting beat on the same route that has been cooking you for 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those conversations are very similar in my mind, where it's like whatever the kind of bugaboo is of the day, it just gets amplified. But I think sometimes with this year's team, it's just the fact that it's swung so hard in the rush defense. And it was also the fact that it was part of the conversational offseason, was that the expectation is that there was going to be some struggles there. And lo and behold, there has been. I think that's also colored it as well.
That is our guy, Michael Bruntz, Husker 24/7. Bruntz, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Yeah, MB.
That is Michael Bruntz, Husker 24/7.
My man, I don't know. That was just funny. First of all, the Garbers pull was sensational.
That was deep cut. Yeah. That was deep cut.
And then he hit me with the Vic comp.
I'm not saying he's Michael Vick, but
no.
I know he couldn't have been Googling.
I also would not have called him Michael Vick. I agree.
Yeah.
We're on the same page there, bro.
What do you think?
About which part?
I mean, we do the show together.
Yeah, we sure do.
It's hard to miss, Damon.
Shut up, Shane. Well, it's just
about the frustrations.
Yeah. Do you feel like one was more exhausting than the other, or is it magnified because last year they were losing more? At least up to this point.
I actually think this year's worse.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, because I think there is something fundamental about the way we watch football as Nebraskans, that giving up rushing yards just eats at us in a way that I don't think we.
Then having it thrown over your head or not being able to get off the field on third down?
Well, so I think the difference here is on third down, you can be like, hey, 67% of the plays we played well.
So let me ask
emotionally.
Let me ask it to you this way.
Yeah.
How many times do you feel like you have to answer, why can't we stop the run, versus why are our DBs so far off on third down?
I feel like I'm answering the why can't we stop the run way more.
Okay.
So do you remember what I said in the offseason about this defense?
Well, you said a lot.
I did. One of the things I said is I think they could be equally as effective
without the numbers being. Yeah, you did say
without the numbers being the same or looking a little bit different.
You said that a
lot.
That was kind of wearing me out.
I
mean, you may end up being right though.
Do you know what they averaged giving up per game last year in yardage?
More than this year.
317.9.
Okay.
You know what it's at this year?
Oh, 313.
289.9.
Yeah, it seems less.
Still right in the same neighborhood of scoring defense.
So the defense. So according to defensive matrix, again, this isn't hear my heart, right? You know, I like to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving you the data.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a strong opinion.
Okay.
They're giving up less yardage, same number of points.
Almost exactly the same number of points, by the way. 19.46 to 19.78. Like almost exactly.
More takeaways.
Yep. Fewer penalties, better special teams.
And I think the defensive efficiency, according to CFP, is 6% better than a year ago.
I believe that's correct. They're down 10 yards in penalty yards per game. They're down 30 yards in defensive yards given up per game.
So maybe it is the aesthetics.
It almost has to be. Because this defense so far through 9 games is better than last year's. Like, I don't know how else you put it. It's better than last year's. It just is.
Maybe it is the aesthetics. I don't know.
That's why I know we hate how it looks and how it feels to give up rushing yards.
So I feel like, for me, I had to answer the question way more last year why they couldn't get off the field.
Really?
Yeah, because they were giving up explosives. It was driving Rule crazy.
From the people that I talk to, I think the why can't we stop the run is, for me, way more prevalent.
I got you.
It's all I hear. Like,
so
anytime I say anything positive about this team, can't stop the run.
How much of that do you feel is the fact that we knew what we were going into with the defensive line, so we want it to be true?
Oh, that's probably a lot of it, right? Like, if you thought, and maybe it's because I thought the defensive line would be better than
That's
this,
what
it comes to me.
I'm asking the question
Yeah.
so you can take self-inventory too.
Absolutely. That's entirely possible. I think there's two sides of that coin, though, right? Is A, other people thought it was going to be bad, so they want to be validated.
Okay.
And then B, I thought it was going to be good, so they want to prove me wrong. Which is both fair. Like, I get it, right?
Yeah.
Not slapping hands for that or anything. It is, but that might be why I have a disproportionate number of people talking to me about run defense.
Like, man.
Yeah, like, hey, like, what happened to this D-line you thought was going to be so good? Which, yeah, they have not been as good as I thought they would be. I don't think they've been as good as their talent will eventually lead them to be. Maybe it's not this year. I don't know.
You do understand that stylistically they're playing way different.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
I also,
all right, what do you think, Cactus Jack? You've got 2 do not agrees. I wonder what. So I think BP, let me see what he said. BP disagrees. What did the real BP? The real BP says the issue with, so he heard about third down more.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I don't. There's no right.
This is anecdotal.
Yeah, this is just thought. I'm just trying to think. So what is it, Jack? What don't you agree with, buddy? Got type fast.
Yeah, and I don't. Again, it could be skewed to just people who talk to me. It does seem like. I mean, I don't want to diminish how much people were frustrated by the third down stuff last year for sure. Like that, I know that drove people crazy. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy, that's fair. It depends on where and who you talk to. That's probably accurate.
Well, that's no. Jimmy, I rock with you, but no kidding. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm asking each person specifically.
Yeah.
Like Bruntz, hey, go back to last year. Hey, right. Like I get there's variables, JP.
Like the thing that I was
promise I do.
expecting that we haven't seen really this year is I kind of expected them to be a little more porous on a down-to-down basis in the run game. I thought we would exchange that for more explosive plays, tackles for loss, sacks.
I think
like that.
I think it's Talie's point right here. See what he said?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Because Shane, you have to bold that for old man DBs. Rule saying defense would be. He said the D line would be hell on wheels, kind of set and artificially high. Yeah, that's fair.
That's true. Yeah,
I could see that.
I can also see, because I feel like I saw the same things he was talking about, is I can see why he would think this could be a really explosive defensive line.
Yeah, Dom might be onto something too. Havoc plays. So now,
that's what I mean.
Well, I need data though.
Yeah,
I wonder what the Havoc play ratio is.
I don't know about Havoc play ratio. I might be able to give you some totals here.
But I usually ride with Don. I mean, I'll trust it, right? But I don't, because he's usually pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like tackles for loss and sacks here. I'm having a hard time. I'm just looking at raw stats from the from the university, so I'll have to look that up later in terms of Havoc plays.
I don't think so. JP asked me if they're thinking too much. I don't, because I think they've gotten less aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been more multiple, if that makes sense. right? So that's a really good question, JP. My simple answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
But they are more multiple with their fronts. Like I gave you the data just for one game against
what
SC,
all they
and that is real data.
Yeah, you listed off like what 5 or 6 different types of fronts.
Yeah,
so that's a lot.
That's a lot,
right? Because last year we did basically 2.
Yes and no. I mean, no. You played more than that.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, their willingness, it was a big deal when Coach White got in 5 down. Right?
Yes. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was
that
like,
was a thing that
it was like, well, he got in more 5 down than we have.
Well, and there was
before
kind of the
past.
controversy about Rule being like, yeah, we got to get more hands in the dirt, or I can't remember how he phrased it, but that was a thing, right? It was a whole storyline.
I like so I say that sometimes I just think we misremember.
Probably.
Because I don't forget. Like, I know what people ask me about.
Yeah.
Right. And the 5 down thing last year drove people up the wall.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that. That was a big deal.
Also, how many questions did we ask about what's happened to Nash? And I said,
lot. Yeah.
I think
don't
maybe
think
he's hurt.
Yeah, I don't know
right?
if
Like,
he's
I don't
healthy.
know if the knee feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it was it the torn? It wasn't a groin. It was something was wrong with him.
Yeah.
But nobody said anything until the end of the year, which is fine because that's how you want it to as a player.
Yeah, just gonna play through it, and it doesn't matter.
So yeah, it's just food for thought. I don't have a super strong take either way. Now that discrepancy in total yards, I am surprised by.
That's 30.
That's 30 yards.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's 3 first downs a game. That's a lot. The points are, 0.3 difference.
So the next thing I should probably get into.
Mm-hmm.
I need like Stumanji or something, like snaps per game that they've seen.
Sure. So like yards per play.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I've got yards per play.
Then more snaps per game because then I can start to get an idea of whether I want you to throw it over my head or keep the run game in front of me.
So I've got total plays from last year.
Through the same amount of games?
No, but I can get an average. So let's do 534 divided by 13. That's not right. This must just be 12. 534 divided by 12. That's still 44 and a half.
No.
Oh, so that doesn't seem right. Total plays.
I mean, we'll have to because where I would go with this is then I could pick a preference
of which style you prefer.
Yeah, because anecdotally, I mean, I think you're right where people don't like the way it looks. Because
sorry, I was doing the wrong number. Go ahead.
But if I could put total yards,
59 this year per play, 59 opponent snaps per play, or per game.
59.
59 last year. We're within like 0.8.
Interesting.
59-1 versus 59-9.
So the defensive efficiency has to be better.
It is. How many yards per play do you think they had last year?
Total?
Yeah.
Every time they snap the ball, I'll go with $5.4.
It is exactly 5.4. What do you think it is this year? I mean, same amount of plays, fewer yards per game.
4.7.
4.9.
Interesting.
So same amount of plays per game.
Okay.
Fewer yards per game. Fewer yards per play. Same amount of points per game.
I know my homework assignment. I'm going to blow the doors off you guys tomorrow. Just for fun. Like, just different. And it's, listen, I don't, because I don't really have a strong, like, you're wrong about this or you're right about this. I want to get into the minds of how I think defensive guys now think in college football. And football in general.
Which I'll be fascinated to listen to.
4.7, huh?
4.9. 4.9. You said 4.7. It's 4.9.
Where is that nationally?
I can check.
That's got to be pretty low.
I can check. I will say the reason this matters to me, Nebraska's up, by the way. from 5-3 last year to 6-0 this yeyear on
Offensively?
offense. Yeah.
And we're mad about explosives.
They're up almost exactly 30. So there's basically a 60 yards per game difference.
Okay, so yeah, CFB 6% increase. I'm with you.
So you've got.
He's like, listen, I just told you that. I think that's why he's like that.
The reason I say this is because it seems to be like there's this perception that John Butler hasn't been very good at what he's doing. And that's just not accurate. It's not. Still a top 25, 30 scoring.
JP, don't do that.
Scoring defense, like it's just not accurate.
Don't do that, because for every Akron and HCU, LOL, we're too old for that. You have just one game's worth of data to make you not hit send. You just did what you just did to USC. End of discussion.
Oh, but that was a C effort. Remember, that didn't count.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's too easy. You got to test me at least. Like,
Cincinnati.
I'll raise you Akron and HCU, LOL, and just say watch USC.
Also, Cincinnati's top 25 scoring in the country too. I don't know if people know that. I believe they're 22 at like JP. 35 points per game.
I'll still rock with it.
So that's just for whatever that's worth. Wait, let me check. Did Nebraska play any bad teams last year? They play any non? Let's go look at the schedule real quick. Let's just check.
I kind of like you. I know you get mad.
What did he say?
He said, "Okay, sorry guys."
At least he apologized quick. At least,
Man, take a break, Sid. I got to do some numbers crunching. I want to come back with some college football.
So UTEP Northern Iowa greater than HCU Akron?
He took it back. You don't have to. Listen, move on.
Every other team in the top.
See, Jimmy, this is what happens.
Every team in the other top 30 didn't play any of those games?
Can we just leave
They didn't play any of those?
SC. Can we just leave it at SC?
They didn't play any of those games? Don't forget about Cincinnati. Top 25 scoring offense as well. That doesn't count, though, because Brennan Sorsby, has torn everybody else up? I don't know. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. Let's take a real quick break here. We'll wrap up the show here on a Thursday. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
I think we've got very good leadership, specifically in each room. Like you've got Singleton, Buford, and obviously Sierra in the secondary room helping some of these younger players that are playing for us. You've got, Javen Wright, in the linebacker room, kind of helping come along, whether it's Shavers or whether it's Merritt playing or now Bowers playing some. Javen really played really well the other night, physical, had an incredibly physical play on their lineman and knocked him out of the game legally, but that was about as physical as plays I've seen. I think that leadership is, they take the message of what we're trying to do, what Coach Roll is preaching, what I'm preaching, and take it into the locker room, support it. We've had, some significant success in certain areas that you've got to keep pounding on, and then we just got to keep working on fixing the run defense. So.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, they have good quarterback. Watching them, I feel like the offense runs through him. You know what I'm saying? They have some talented receivers, and they have some pretty good backs as well. So I feel like guys was out there playing hard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was doing their job collectively, and as you watch the tape, I mean, you see guys flying around, you see guys making plays, having fun with each other. You know, we just came up short. So, but I feel like that's a good thing because you see a lot of people improving, and we can't do nothing but look forward to the next game. It's an extreme motivator. I mean, you got that little itch, you know what I'm saying, on the back of your head. You waiting on that game because obviously they came in our house and we ended up losing. So, I mean, this is a game that we've been waiting for, and we're ready to go out there and go play.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, and we're reminding you one more time, Saturday, November 8th, 2 to 5:30 p.m. Get out to Edwards Auto Village Point. It's the grand opening and ultimate duck tailgate. Got free food, football on the big screens, games, prizes, chance to win Supernovas tickets, a huge fireworks show, everything you could possibly want from a little Saturday afternoon tailgate party. And you're not even going to miss any of the Nebraska game because thankfully the Big Ten put us at 8 o'clock at night, so no big deal. It'll be great.
What do you mean, thankfully?
Well, so we don't miss any of the Edwards Auto grand opening. Timing works out perfectly for everybody, except for maybe you. Make sure you don't forget, you buy a $5 rubber duck to put in your Jeep or maybe to put in somebody else's, and it helps to fight pediatric cancer, benefiting Children's Nebraska and Team Jack Foundation. Get all the details at filltheflock.com and join us at Edwards Auto Village Point this Saturday. I want to catch up on a couple comments here. Lee says, DB, I need your opinion.
Okay.
I ordered a Meat Lover's pizza last night. It's still on the counter. I'm still going to eat it tonight. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Hey, yes.
Lee, clear your schedule tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
So
be near a bathroom at all times tomorrow.
I took a pizza home from Big Red Wrap-Up. It has yet to go in the refrigerator.
Okay.
It looks sensational.
It's better. It's not a shrimp pizza again, is it?
No.
Okay, that's better.
I haven't opened it. I think it's Meat Lover's thin crust. That's usually what they.
Seafood is the one that really got me.
And I can just peel the top right off, and I just eat it.
Okay. Good luck, Lee. Stay close to a bathroom.
That's not true.
Okay.
It's not.
We got a message here from Logan.
I asked my mom if she wanted to eat with us today, and she said she can't today. Well, what do you think she ain't? What's she doing?
What
you got a date?
Mama Benning doesn't want to hang out?
I'm asking her now.
What's that all about? So our friend Logan messaged us on Twitter and talking about
Logan that likes to needle you?
Yeah, the Sam Hoiberg guy.
Yeah. The 6th grade DM was hilarious. I tell my 6th graders be like Sam Hoiberg. I laughed for about 15 minutes. Go ahead. What did he say?
I'm not going to disparage Sam Hoiberg. He says, listen to the podcast, bringing up the TV rights thing. And he says, Disney owns both Hulu and Fubo, which is why they're freezing out YouTube TV. Because by switching, you're letting them win, and they will just raise the price when they have all the streaming services. Listen, Logan, I get that. I don't have the luxury of not having those channels. That is my job, to watch sports on TV.
Well, WWLD.
What would Logan do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan, let us know because I'm not hating. I need an option here.
So we just not
I need the channels, right? Like that's a non-negotiable. It's not any different than if I just order the over-the-top service, right, and just get the ESPN on its own, a la carte, and then I'm paying more anyway. So, what is a sports talk show host to do?
Ask my mom what her TV bill is.
I mean, I could go back to like cable, I guess. Would that make people happy? I don't really want to do that. Not about that life.
Apparently, Funky Giblets. I can't even say that out loud as an adult. So his car. So it's a model. It's a make and model thing. His car talks to him too. I've tried every experiment. It's definitely watching me.
I wonder if you can turn it off.
I don't want to, except when I ride with my staff because they think I'm a bad driver. So I'll definitely want it off because I don't need them encouraged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee, you don't call that voice Kenny, do you?
No, Kenny's a killer. I like to be safe in my car.
Where did he go? Lee said, where did Lee go? Come here, Lee. Come back, buddy.
What?
Come back, buddy. Where did we go?
He's right above you. He said,
I drank from a horse tank on cattle drives as a kid. I have pretty good immune system, Ravi. I ride with DB on food storage. Hey, bud. So food bacteria and immune systems are not the same thing. Those are separate. Like that's
if you think
foodborne illness and immune
if you
system
think
are
my body looks at botulism and it's like you got nothing on me, you're crazy.
There's a listeria outbreak in the U.S. right now, so good luck.
No, there isn't, is there?
Yeah, there really is.
Is there?
Yeah.
I think that might be because poor people are eating whatever they can get their hands on.
I think a lot of people are eating whatever they can get their hands on.
Poorer.
Okay. Yeah. Not trying to disparage different demographics or socioeconomic statuses or anything like that.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
You mean? I love that. It's almost Thanksgiving too.
It is almost Thanksgiving. Are you a big Thanksgiving guy?
No.
I got beans, greens, potatoes.
Wow.
I give
DB out on being grateful. Wow.
No, I give thanks. The menu is
terrible.
Way overrated.
Trash.
Super sus.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd smoke the turkey. I'd smoke the ham. I love mashed potatoes, but I don't really eat them.
I'll go ham over turkey for sure.
So like any protein, I prefer it not be done in the oven. So what the discourse that comes with the holiday is not a
lot of oven foods.
Yeah, I don't.
DB's out on ovens.
I am.
Yeah.
Do you know what I did with the oven yesterday? It was
use it for storage.
I warm up the skillet so I can sear my meat without having to bring it to temp.
Nice. That's smart.
Listen, I did.
It's a good idea.
TB only smokes me, Kobe. Fine, we won't ride around in my legacy listening to who did he call the whiner? Rod Wave going to get Chinese.
Rod Wave.
Well, I'm not picking you up. Make you drive yourself, Kobe.
I could use some Chinese food. Actually, I'm kind of craving Chinese food.
I'll tell you what I did yesterday.
Oh no!
Easiest recipe ever. Couple squirts of dark soy sauce, a smidge of cornstarch, teaspoon of sesame oil, a little sodium-free soy sauce or amino, like the Bragg.
Yeah.
I didn't use one lick of seasoning. Just mix it up. Put chicken thighs. Took the skin off because I got the pack for like $3. $3.86 for like 6 chicken thighs.
Nice.
Trimmed them. Pulled the skin off myself. I'll bake the skin later, for crisps. And I vacuum sealed it. Sat in the fridge all day. Came home. Put the skillet in the oven to get it ready. Turned the oven off last minute. Browned. This got the beautiful color. Put a drop of butter in there. I turned the oven off. Put it in there to finish off. Just whatever, just so it could stay tender. It tastes like the chicken from Chinese fried rice.
Ooh.
And I did eat 5 thighs in one sitting, but easy, low maintenance. The whole thing took me 8 minutes to cook.
Really?
I'm telling you,
dude, I kind of like fried rice, like chicken fried rice, shrimp fried rice. I'll kind of mess with that a little bit.
I'm like, dang, I wonder if it would, beef's a thicker cut of meat, but I wonder if it would take
the flavor the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the cooking method was.
You gotta be careful with beef sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't like penetrate the.
I know, but shoot, I'd take a couple fillets and slice them in half. Even though it's blasphemy to marinate fillets, I shouldn't even let that come out of my mouth. But
you can do whatever you want.
By the way, I know we're
Shane. Even you can handle that.
Oh yeah, I know we're a little early for Thanksgiving. Can I play a Thanksgiving clip for you?
Yeah, sure.
I have feelings about certain things that happen around Thanksgiving.
Hot take.
I don't love some of the food choices that go on and things like that. So I think there's a lot of things that are a little overrated about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I think Halloween.
Like togetherness. Overrated.
Yeah, like remembering what you're thankful for, being grateful for things. Dumb.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Hey, you hypocrite. You just got on me. I forgot you had that meltdown. Dude, Bruntz's one-liners are incredible.
Yeah.
Like gratitude.
No, he said like togetherness. Yeah, overrated. Absolutely overrated. Jimmy, we'll try and tackle that tomorrow.
What's Jimmy got? What's JP got?
He asked about the.
Is JP gonna make me not like him?
No, maybe. He's like, I'll be honest, he's always teetering for me.
Is he?
He's like really seesawing on
All
that
right,
line.
So what's my homework? What did he say?
He wants to hear our opinions about the third quarter struggles.
Okay.
So we can dive into that tomorrow.
I got some.
And I've got questions about it too.
I have some thoughts.
So we'll dive into that tomorrow, Jimmy. That's a good question. So you end the day on a good note. Gold star for Jimmy.
Did you see Lee? Lee, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We save that for Wyatt to make those jokes, and then we leave it kind of back away from the. I think that's a good place to not quite end the show. DB's going to take off. Me and Jacob.
I'm going to Neb City.
Me and Jacob Dilla are going to do a quick bonus segment, talk a little college hoops when we come back. But DB and I will be back tomorrow morning, wrap up the week with a Friday.
I think we've got very good leadership, specifically in each room. Like you've got Singleton, Buford, and obviously Sierra in the secondary room helping some of these younger players that are playing for us. You've got, Javen Wright, in the linebacker room kind of helping come along, whether it's Shavers or whether it's Merritt playing or now Bowers playing some. Javen really played really well the other night, physical, had an incredibly physical play on their lineman and knocked him out of the game legally, but that was about as physical as play as I've seen. I think that leadership is, they take the message of what we're trying to do, what Coach Roll is preaching, what I'm preaching, and take it into the locker room, support it. We've had, some significant success in certain areas that you've got to keep pounding on, and then we just got to keep working on fixing the run defense. So.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I mean, they have good quarterback. Watching them, I feel like the offense runs through him. You know what I'm saying? They have some talented receivers, and they have some pretty good backs as well. So I feel like guys was out there playing hard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was doing their job collectively. And, I mean, as you watch the tape, I mean, you see guys flying around. You see guys making plays, having fun with each other. We just came up short. So, I feel like that's a good thing because you see a lot of people improving, and we can't do nothing but look forward to the next game. it's an extreme motivator. I mean, you got that little itch, you know what I'm saying, on the back of your head. You waiting on that game because obviously they came in our house and we ended up losing. So I mean, this is a game that we've been waiting for, and we're ready to go out there and go play.
Welcome back to bonus segment of Hurrdat Sports Live. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Jacob Padilla here with me. We want to talk a little hoops. We'll call this a little Blue Jay breakdown with Creighton getting off to their season, getting their season off to a start with a 92-76 win over South Dakota. JP, how you doing this morning?
Doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Good to talk with you.
Yeah, we got to watch most of the game together yesterday after I finally navigated the bowels of the stadium and all the new kind of nooks and crannies that they had going on there. But we got there, was able to catch most of it.
I mean, first game struggles for everybody.
You got to work out the kinks.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go pick up my press pass, and then I was not in a spot that I normally am in. So, you know, we got to work some things out. We're all right. We'll make it. But no, we gotta watch the game together for the most part. And I was really interested. The thing that one of the first things I noticed, and I think we talked about a little bit, was just how much it seemed like a lot of the rotation lineups had not played together yet because of injuries, not being available for whatever reasons. How much of that did you think showed up last night?
Definitely. And McDermott talked about it specifically with the center spot and starting Jackson McAndrew and Isaac Trout together. And they've gone through like some of their just like live stuff, whatever, where they're just playing. Has been a little bit, but not much. And they certainly, like, basically, if they're going smaller, Jason Green has been doing all the 5-man stuff,
especially
even
defensively.
If he and Isaac are out there together.
Yeah.
Well, and even offensively, like he's the one setting the screens, posting up, doing all the 5-man stuff that balances out their offense.
Sure.
Because Isaac's doing what he does well.
He's doing shooting
working
stuff
on the perimeter.
Yeah.
So I think there's probably a little bit of that kind of impacting the start and just guys kind of not necessarily in positions where they practice a ton at. So it's not, and you've got Blake Harper, Nick Graves, new guys out there that are still kind of adjusting to where to be on every set and everything. And for the first time, it's live and there's actual real pressure and all that stuff. So definitely saw some stagnation early on. A lot of their action wasn't really threatening or producing a whole lot. Eventually, they got into a flow. They didn't shoot the ball great the entire night.
No, like 30% from three.
Yeah, there's one stretch there. They made like 3 out of 7 over when they finally started to get going. And it's like, okay, now guys are starting to hit. But I think that's certainly part of it. And also, I think that kind of we came into it with questions. And because of the state of the active roster for this game, all those questions are still out there. We have no idea heading into Gonzaga what.
Zero answers.
Yeah, all the questions we've been asking all season that McDermott said, I don't know either. One game in,
still don't know.
Nobody played more than 26 minutes. They played 12 guys, 11 of them scored. You had guys out of position. I don't know how exactly it's going to play out when they get to Spokane, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Of the guys that got minutes yesterday, I think it's safe to assume that McChesney and Shane Thomas probably won't threaten for minutes in competitive games. Townley Thomas might.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how healthy they are and I think they're at a point now where they're okay throwing him out there. Like he's been productive defensively. Even in this game, he was productive offensively.
Yeah,
they got him a couple of dunks. Had the little floater that is basically his entire arsenal. And I know you don't like it, but that's what he works on.
He had one dunk.
Technically, it was a dunk in the box score, so we're going to give him credit for it, especially because he proved it. He followed up like
we had a dunk and aggressive layup. That's what we had, and then a floater. No, he played well. I do think that's interesting because, especially with the history of Owen Freeman, who has never played a ton of minutes.
Yes,
I think he's topped out at like 24-ish.
Yeah, about that.
And so some of that's foul trouble. Some of that I think is just how Iowa wanted to run the rotations. But I wouldn't expect him to be a, Ryan Kalkbrenner 34, 36.
Even 30
at
this point. Especially coming off the injury.
Yes. Early, certainly not going to get to 30. I think maybe if he can stay out of foul trouble, they try and get him to 28, 30 eventually, but that's going to leave minutes for Josh Townley-Thomas or Conan when he comes back.
Yeah. And then also Jason Green will be an option. And that's, again,
at 5, as we mentioned before.
That's the biggest, like, Jason being out, and fortunately it was a short-term thing. Like Max said, he expected him back in practice today. But Jason is your starting 3, your primary backup 5, depending on the matchup.
Yeah.
And
can also play the 4 if he has to.
Yeah, exactly.
And can guard, like, 2 through 5, kind of? Like,
depending on the
matchup. Depending on
the way the guys play. And he's does a lot of the kind of glue guy hustle things that help lineups pull together. So, like, him being out was huge. Like, they weren't able to roll out with anything that they planned for, basically, with him being gone. And that was like, he practiced last Friday or whatever.
So pretty late in the game.
I don't know if it happened on the Saturday practice or after that, but didn't practice Monday, did practice Friday. So at some point in there, they knocked him out. So it's just they had a few days to prepare without him, figure out, all right, what are we going to do?
And what we saw was basically no lineups that had any type of real chemistry because of that, right? Like,
that was definitely part of it. And so Blake Harper started, which the trickle down effect of it's hard to make sense of the backup guard wing spots. Like, those were the biggest questions heading into it. Like, how would those minutes be distributed? And we saw
zero resolution there.
We saw Fedor Zugic and Ty Davis. They were the first guards off the bench.
I was surprised with Ty, honestly, being before Schwartz.
And then Schwartz, it was after that, didn't come until later, but he played more minutes than those two.
Yeah.
But he was also in there for kind of the final, the end of the game, whatever. So it's hard to. I thought his minutes looked pretty good. I'm not shocked, just based on McDermott's kind of habits in the past and what he values. Like, we'll see how that evolves. Like that, kind of what are they going to do when Graves is off the court? Is it just going to be Davis for 5 to 10, however many minutes a game, or do they get a little bit more creative, like putting the ball in Dix's hands and getting Schwartz more minutes? Like, how
we saw a lot of
Fedor still.
We saw a lot of Harper kind of play, like bringing the ball up at least in that sense, point guard spot, which he did a lot for Howard last year. I do find that interesting as well as just kind of another option.
And the way they push the pace, like you don't need a point guard to run any kind of sets or get you organized if you just run it up the court and hit shooter or throw it to Freeman, running the floor and getting dunks, which we saw a ton of that in the second half. But better teams, you are going to have to slow things down and execute in the half court. So,
run some offense.
We'll see about that moving forward. But that is, I think, again, there's so many of these guys that could play multiple positions that makes it, on the one hand, makes it easier. Like, once they get to their decision, like, they've got some flexibility there, but on the other, that complicates it because it throws more
probably takes longer
into the decision.
Yeah, it probably takes longer to figure out. Once you do figure it out, you are in a pretty good spot.
Yes.
We talked about Owen Freeman a little bit. Started off a little rusty. You could tell he maybe wasn't in game shape yet, but ended up having a nice night.
Well, and right off the bat, you can see first play out there, bit on a pump fake, got blocked on a kind of reverse move where he didn't get off the ground, and like, he was really rusty in the Colorado State game too, and you could tell, and it looked like more the same to start the game.
Because he missed almost all of preseason, right?
Yeah. And the week before the Iowa State game, they started easing him into some of their live stuff. But it was still part-time. And then this week he was out of practice when I went there on Monday. They held him out, just had him do the walkthrough stuff or whatever. I think they're just being really cautious with him. On the other hand, they know they need to get him reps. That's the only way that they're going to get him up to speed. But that rough start, and then subbed out 2.5 minutes. That was his first stint. He came in at the under 16 timeout and didn't even make it to the under 12. They went to JTT there to get him out, and then came back in, missed a dunk, got the rebound, and went up and finished it, and did not miss again.
Didn't miss a shot
shots
after that.
In the game. Finished with 19 points in 19 minutes. There was some rough moments defensively, but he also went and he blocked a dunk. Had a few plays where he made some nice ones, but Mac also kind of lit into him after one rough defensive possession. And so it's very much a work in progress, but again, putting up 19 points in 19 minutes in clearly not 100%. That kind of shows what he's going to be able to do in this system with this tempo. the way they play, the way they're able to generate post touches within their offense once he does get up to full speed.
So let me ask you about the defensive side of things, because I heard a lot of concerns, coming in and then again last night about, hey, being able to stop teams. I thought defensively they played okay for stretches. I certainly didn't think – I thought they played better in the exhibitions defensively than they did last night. When we talk about chemistry, a lot of times we think of it only on the offensive side of the ball. But for the way Creighton runs their team defense, like that's a pretty critical part of it as well, right?
Yeah. And so South Dakota, they went a little bit smaller. They went with 4-guard look, and you saw guys like Trout and Harper and guys like that having to guard smaller, quicker guys, and gave up some drives and some finishes there in those matchups. But even beyond that, like Matt was talking about, a lot, they gave up 48 points in the paint. Not ideal. But he said a big problem was just guys kind of understanding who you're guarding and where you need to be based on that, as far as help versus sticking to your man. And are you guarding a shooter or not? And that's just all the mental things that they rep in practice, and they stop. Trust me, they've stopped practice a lot to hammer on this stuff, but they've had limited opportunities to get out there and actually do it when the bullets are live and when there's pressure on, and when the speed of the game is so much faster than what you're doing in practice, where it is so controlled. So I think definitely it's a work in progress, and that's what McDermott called it in his opening statement. Work in progress is specifically kind of the first line that he gave, and I think we can all see that. So there are definitely some areas for concern, but there are also some of the problems are definitely fixable. So we'll see kind of how that evens out as far as, all right, how much of this is they're just going to have to outscore teams, and how much of it is first game and guys are all learning how to play together, and they'll still they're going to be better down the line.
Okay, last thing on the men's side before we get to the women who also started their season this week. Hudson Greer, really big recruit for Creighton. Looked kind of over the summer like he was going to be part of the rotation, get minutes. It appears as though he may end up redshirting this year, or at least that's a conversation they seem to be having.
Yeah, so he didn't suit up, and McDermott said, like, we're in the process of having the conversations about whether to redshirt or not. And with that being the case, with no decision made, hold him out just to keep that on the table.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not like you needed him in that game. So it's a really complicated thing. One, you've got the kind of the 5-year thing hanging over the top.
Sure.
Like, he's a freshman, so if that comes in the 4 years, does that mean that he would waste a year for nothing when he could have gotten some minutes here or there?
Or do they give him a bonus year? I got to know how they'll decide it, right?
Exactly. So that's, so our guys that do redshirt, are they grandfathered in because the rule hadn't passed when they made that decision? So that's a factor. We just talked about, like, we have no idea what's going to happen in the backup wing minutes. And that's like, so if Ty Davis plays, you're looking at Swartz, Zugic, and Harper all off the bench, plus Trout at the 4. Like, those are 3 guys for basically 2 spots, unless Davis gets bumped down a little bit and you slide one of those guards over to handle more of the point, and then that opens up some wing minutes. But even then, you're still, like, go through and try to do the exercise.
Yeah, try and find the minutes.
Distributing out minutes and putting together a rotation. Like I did it last week, and it's like, geez, like, it's really hard to get guys enough minutes, like,
even with Greer being out.
Yes,
or
not even
potentially
redshirting.
Right?
Yeah, because when I first kind of had the notion that might be on the table. So,
and that's really the development of Schwartz and Harper.
That's
the big X factor here,
yes.
right?
Without a doubt, based on everything I've seen, Greer was ahead of Harper in the summer. Their workouts at the start of the year. Harper, the last month of preseason practice and getting ready for the season, just a light turned on, and he just really turned it up. And he's been one of their better players in practice and their live stuff. So that's a huge development. And then Swartz and Fedor, like, older guys like that. Yeah. Basically, Hudson's competing for minutes with guys that have all played a lot of college basketball, and he's a true freshman. He's talented. He's still shown that, like, he's different than everybody else.
Yeah, he's got a different skill set.
Yeah, he's like, they've asked guys to redshirt in the past, and some have done it, some haven't. Like, he's more talented. He's more ready to help the team than a lot of those guys in the past. This is strictly about, all right, what's more valuable to him and to us? Is saving the year or getting him whatever minutes are there. And for him, like, what would be more frustrating is sitting out the entire year but knowing what the plan is, or coming into every game
getting
not
spot
having
minutes
any
here or
idea.
there.
Yeah. Like, am I going to play today? Am I not?
Yeah.
Like, what can you do if you're getting him 5 minutes a game? What does that do for him? Does that help? And then
does that help him develop at all?
Is it better for the team and for the player in question to give one guy like 10 to 12 minutes, or split that up 5 to 6 for two different guys? Can you get into any kind of rhythm and gain anything from that? Can you help the team? If that's what you're doing. So, like, those are all the factors they have to consider. And then obviously the conversations with the redshirting is always a two-way street.
Yeah.
You got to know where his mindset is, where his family's mindset is. This is a guy that is important to their future.
Yeah.
They want to keep him a part of this core. It's just they've got to, because of the Fedor situation, they've got one more guy than they initially planned
for a large portion of the offseason, they thought Fedor was not going to be ruled eligible.
Yeah, so they went and got Blake Harper.
Yeah, they got an extra guy.
The extra guy to fill those wing minutes. And now you had Fedor back in the mix. That bumps down the freshmen behind guys that have played before.
Which, ironically enough, last year, because we saw this with Jackson McAndrew last year, Hudson Greer 100% would have played.
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked. They were able to stock up in the transfer portal this year. Plus, they had this really talented freshman coming in, so it kind of created a little bit of a backlog there. I guess, so the main concern I think a lot of people have is when you have any highly rated recruit redshirt, you go, okay, is he going to be happy? Is he going to transfer?
And that's why the conversations are ongoing. And that's, again, they've got to make it 100% clear, like, what's better for your long-term future. And I think they're talking through all the factors that I said, and you've got to gauge, like, and you don't want to turn him off by making a decision. It's got to be a collaborative thing. And if he understands it and buys into it and thinks, like, hey, spending a year as the guy on the scout team can benefit him down the road, honestly, more so than
probably
5
more
minutes a game. Then if he's in line with that and understands that, then I think that wouldn't be a bad path to go. But again, you got to see where his headspace is at and where his parents are thinking.
Let's get to the women real quick. They did not have the same success starting off their season. Lost 78-62 to South Dakota State. Obviously, much like the men's team, dealing with a bunch of new players, bunch of new faces. What did you see from Coach Flan and his squad on Monday when they fell to South Dakota State?
Yeah, Flan continues to make things tough on his teams in the non-conference. He opened with an NCAA tournament caliber team in South Dakota State, bringing back.
And they always play South Dakota State early in the season.
Exactly. He's got the relationships with some of the area schools. They're going to Drake for their second game.
Also not easy.
I mean, and Drake has a lot to replace, but like that's still road game in your second game against a quality program. And then they got Nebraska third. So there's no easing into things. And unfortunately, you've got
just dive right in, guys.
You got they started all of their non-freshmen. They only have 5 non-freshmen on the team.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting with an entirely new roster.
And 2 of them are sophomores that played very limited roles last year. You've got a transfer coming off an ACL tear, and 2 players that kind of were just role players last year that now have to to kind of step into that kind of top option role as seniors. And I think that'll be a work in progress. But in Brooklyn Meyer, 6'2", again, she could play anywhere in the country if she wanted to, but she's loyal, stuck with South Dakota State. Preseason player of the year in the conference, averaged 17 a game last year, 6'2", just really skilled in the post. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks in the first game.
That's pretty good.
Had no answer for her, and that's unfortunately
pretty good.
They haven't had an answer for talented posts over the last
for
few
a while.
years.
Yeah,
the
really guard dominant team.
The difference is they've had players like Morgan Molly and Emma Ronsick that can go get it back on the other end. And that's not necessarily the case. They don't have the same kind of firepower. So they're going to have to
certainly not proven.
Yeah. And they didn't, Flan said game plan wasn't good enough. We didn't have them ready to execute it well enough. And their doubles were kind of haphazard and they're giving up cuts out of them. And they didn't double nearly enough either for the way that she was cooking. So it's a young team. Everybody's figure is in a role. There's a new role. There's nobody that is comfortable with what they're doing right now that has done it before. So fortunately, again, like the tough non-conference, but they'll take some lumps and they'll have to learn from it. But definitely reasons to be excited for the future. In this one, Ava Zediker was the bright spot.
17 points, led the team in scoring off the bench.
She's the highest rated of this highly touted recruiting class. 4-star, top 100 player there. And she missed some time, but she, and Flan said she's probably behind where we thought she'd be.
Yeah, but she showed why she was,
scored 11 points in the third quarter. And it started with defense. She got a steal in the backcourt, went in, drew a foul, hit free throws. Next time down, by herself, forced a 10-second violation.
Nice.
And then went down, banged 2 threes, and scored an and one. So just kind of took over in that third quarter. And third quarter was their best quarter of the game because it's the only one they won. But we saw Kendall McGee was really good. It was a D2 competition, but the plays that she was making, like, okay, I like that. I think that's going to be able to translate down the road. She's going to be a good player. And the Gesserts, I think they were both probably a little nervous first game at home or whatever. Didn't make a shot between them, but they're still very talented, and I think they'll be fine. So, just there's gonna be some growing pains this year for everybody involved. But
I think we forget how long that core was together. I mean, it's been like four full years.
Yeah, Lauren transferred in after 1 year,
so you had this feels like we're kind of on the starting edge of what that group was. Not to say that, that group was spectacular, but not to say that they'll reach those same heights, but it feels like we're on the kind of resetting the cycle
of a young core that could very well grow together and be really good down the line without a doubt. And they're not able to play in the transfer portal at a high rate against some of the
some of the money that's been thrown around.
They added one transfer, and she came from the Missouri Valley. So
they're just gonna build the roster differently than other teams now.
And it was a conscious decision. Hey, we're gonna go young this year. We're gonna give these kids a chance to play from day one. We really like this class. We think they can be special. So we'll take whatever lumps. Like they're confident enough in their ability to develop and figure things out. Probably not going to be what we've been used to the last few years, but that's okay. I think they're setting up for another run as long as Crane fans can be patient and kind of find the joy in seeing these young kids grow up.
Sports fans, famously patient. So coming up this week, that is Sunday. They've got Drake, as you mentioned, going out to Des Moines for the women, and then the men travel to Gonzaga for a late night 9 p.m. tip on Tuesday the 11th. So that's what's coming up for both of those squads as well. JP, thanks for joining me. We'll let's do this again next week.
Sounds good.
All right, that's Jacob Padilla. That's a special bonus segment of Hurrdat Sports Live. Little Blue Jay breakdown for you. Make sure you join next week as well. We'll have Nebraska shoot around and Blue Jay breakdown as little bonus segments again, pretty much every week throughout the basketball seasons. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.